I'm feeling creative today. Oh yeah. Just doing the social media blast, and we'll be getting going here in a second, everyone.
Yep, attack, attack, attack. His fingers are flying on the keyboard.
Razor XG, a very good evening to you, sir. I think we took care of all that, Anthony. I'm going to take a sip of tea. Social media has been updated.
Tea is activated.
The Purple Haze Maker 64 in the chat. Santi Dark G, my man in the hot tub. Tony Bratt, what's up, Tony? Today, guys, we are going to have a special guest on. Vicky Pixel Vixen is back to help me with my submission for Amiga art competition. And Anthony, still visiting from Florida, is alive in the studio.
I'm still up in the cold north, and it is getting chilly up here.
Amiga
put my
SRIF.
penguin suit on.
Amiga SRIF, what's up, dude? Being that I'm feeling creative today, and we are going to make some artwork that mixes reality and the fantasy, I want to start off with a demo from Spaceballs, the follow-up to the classic state-of-the-art, which melds the real world and the fictional world of the Amiga. If you have a volume control on your listening device, turn it up.
Crank it up and rip the knob off.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 9 fingers, Spaceballs. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning if you're in New Zealand and if you're in Oceania. I know
we've got the whole world covered with that one.
Yeah, that was an awesome video. If you're not feeling creative after seeing some 9 fingers from Spaceballs, then you're never gonna feel creative. Yo, what is up? Yo, Poetic Android, thank you so much for the resub. 6 months of subs, Poetic Android. Thank you so very much. Much appreciated, Poetic Android. Let's go full screen here. Appreciate that very much. Yo, Intenhex, dude, Intenhex, were you there? Were you there when they launched that demo? You know, Spaceballs, state of the art, is like one of the all-time great Amiga demos, and this was their follow-up. I love it. I love the way it blends the real life and the Amiga life. Another reason why I pulled it up is because there's actually a really cool behind-the-scene videos that I want to pull up as well. Yo, Phenotype82, how's it going? Vicky Pixel Vixen in the chat, soon to be on the stream. Speaking of that, so Anthony, here's what I got planned for today. Yo, Vicky Pixel Vixen, thank you for the resub. I appreciate it very, very much, Vicky. You rock, and thank you for coming on the show today. Santi's cleaning his 1200, his 2000. Nice, dude. Nice. If I missed anyone, I apologize. Yo, Crimson is D, how's it going? Great to see you. Vincent GR, how's it going? Yeah, Vincent may notice that I am wearing a beret today, Anthony, as you noticed, and because I'm feeling artsy. Today is going to be a chill out, artistic kind of stream. I want to finish the project that I started with Vicky a couple weeks back. Yesterday was the deadline for the 10-minute Amiga Retrocast Vicky Pixel Vixen Amiga Art Contest. So I submitted 3 pieces, so I'm going to show you the 3 pieces that I already submitted, and we're going to make one. I know we're a day late, but we'll see. We'll see if we can massage the judges and let it in. If it's too late, if it's past the deadline, it's all good. The whole point of the contest is just to inspire people to take out their Amigas and learn something new, do some art with it, and that's certainly what I did, man. I learned ImageMaster. Well, I didn't learn it. I finally got the feel for it because ImageMaster is a little tricky. So we'll be using some ImageMaster today. Hey, what's up, Mick Easer? Great to see you again, Mick Easer. Great, amazing guest on the last stream when Anthony and I played Rygar together.
Absolutely, yeah. He's a great guy.
Yeah, totally. Yes, nice Hazemaker. The Amiga 1200, you know it. 3D Code Warrior, how's it going? Amiga J, how are you, my friend? Amiga J, we're gonna have to play some of your compos soon, your compilations. Amiga J making the CD32 compilations for years now. I remember way back in the day, I saw him on EAB making those amazing compilations at our WOG groups and our Vintage Computer festivals. We always have an Amiga J compilation going.
Always great to see some CD32 love.
Oh yeah. The Purple Hazemaker, thank you so much for the sub. Oh, 3D Code Warrior gifted a sub to the Hazemaker. Thank you both very much for all the support. Appreciate that very much. Yo, Sanzian, what is up, Sanzian? I hope you're all feeling jazzy. I'm feeling jazzy. Santi threw down a link, the Capacitor Party in Spain. I'll have to check that one out.
It sounds electric.
Nice. Oh, man. Yes, Vicky is helping me to cheat. Exactly. Yo, One Battle Pants, good evening to you. Great to see you. I'm just having some tea. So I guess the first thing so here's the plan for today. I want to show you guys a cool video that I found on YouTube that relates to the video that we started the stream with. The video that relates to the demo we started the stream with. Then we'll do a little bit of Amiga news, just a little bit, because and then we're gonna just a nugget, and then we're gonna get into the heart of the stream, which is the Amiga Art Contest with Vicky. And we'll stream for about 2.5 hours today. And then we have to turn it over to my wife, who's going to do a stream. Anthony and I are going to take a break. I'm going to go downstairs to the kitchen, and Anthony and I are going to be cooking some biscotti with my wife.
If that doesn't scare you, I don't know what will.
Oh, man. So
when this guy's in the kitchen, you better listen.
So I think, Anthony, the first thing I want to do is show everyone this rad video. It's a YouTube video. Let's pull it up. Desktop, full screen. There you go. It's on Retro Demoscene's YouTube channel. Retro Demoscene rocks. This is Spaceballs 9 Fingers behind the scenes. So let's play it all this. I'm gonna pause the Jazz Cat for a second. Pause. Even though
I'm still dancing to that music, even though it stopped.
And you can see this is really cool. This is a side-by-side comparison. You can see the live action. Go back there. You can see the live action on the left and how they digitized it and put it into the demo on the right. And let's see what's going on here. I don't know what he's saying. I don't know if it's clean or not.
This may be NSFW.
It may be, but I don't.
But I doubt it.
But I think this is really cool how they basically just shot the dancers up in front of this this white backdrop, and then they capture them. I'd love to know more about their process, like how they
I'd love to know what they captured it with. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I would imagine it's like a video camera, but you know, just a regular old school high 8 or
but
something.
then which piece of hardware was their choice? You know, as far as you know, digitizer on the Amiga.
Exactly. But it's really cool to get a glimpse into this behind the scenes. I found this video. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Razor, you think you had the Spaceballs demos back then? I've seen this woman before. Oh yeah, this is Nine Fingers. This is the follow-up to Spaceballs. Brian, the clothing styles. It's so 90s, right? Even the quality of this video is very very 90s. It's got a high 8 feel to it. Phenotype 82, loving it. Amiga Love. I have a different microphone system that Anthony's here, so it's hard for me to do it. Amiga Love. Checking in. Yeah, 2 Unlimited. Exactly, Tony Bratt. 2 Unlimited. I love. Okay, it looks like there's some old TVs over there in the corner, some old CRTs. That's hilarious. Amiga Love knows the flannel. Amiga Love being from the Pacific Northwest, the home of flannel. The birthplace of flannel. But this is pretty rad. Let's see if they show anything else with the technical stuff that they're capturing. Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh wow, there's the camera.
It's coming up.
Gonna have some techno porn coming. Let me see that camera.
Yeah, Cobrian, it is the high waistline jeans are definitely coming back. Everything comes back into style.
Yeah, some things unfortunately do.
And McGeezer noticed this. It is hilarious. The white backdrop, I think, is actually the sky. They're like on top of a mountain. There he is, capturing. Yeah, see, it looks like he's capturing it with some kind of like high 8 camera. It looks a little bit high 80 to me. He's probably just shooting it up into the sky. They got some CRTs there. I would love to know more about the process, but yo, DVD Man 007, thank you so much for the resub. 5 months of subs, DVD Man. Thank you so much. Oh, they did a little costume change there. Oh, they got a little George Michael going now. Nice. So I guess they're not. I guess they're in front of the sky and not a white backdrop. That's pretty creative. I guess you could do that back then when cameras had limited dynamic range. You know,
yeah, that becomes your white backdrop.
Yeah, exactly. The white balance is locked, so sky's no detail. Well, it's more because the dynamic range of the camera is so low. It can't capture any detail in the sky. But this was rad. I saw this video. It was great. Let's see if there's any more. Oh, that must be the dressing room.
Because that looks like jeans.
Yeah, that must be the dressing room.
And jeans and flannel.
Yo, DJ Billy Nest. Hello to you, my man. Yes, Sanzian, this is for Nine Fingers. Doing a little portraiture. Ah, the 90s. I love how this video just reeks of 90s. It is just awesome. Alright, I'm going to drop a link to this video into the chat. So this is on Retro Demo Scene's YouTube channel, one of the great YouTube channels collecting Amiga demos. Okay, so I'm going to put Nine Fingers BTS video. Perfect. That reminds the Purple Haze maker of a Future Islands music video for Beach Foam. They're playing their instruments standing in a green lake, and they use a green screen. Oh, totally. Vincent GR, my man, it is great to see you. Great to see you as always. It is nice to see Anthony on the stream, right?
Nice to be seen on the stream.
It's nice to have him here, like in person. Speaking of that, let's get into the next little bit of news. Like, you know how I like to start out with some personal news. Anthony and I have been hanging out this week. Anthony's up visiting from Florida.
Oh, we've been doing everything and anything.
Dude, we've been doing it all. Let's say, let me show you this. So over here on the Guru Meditation Facebook page, I'm gonna throw a link to this album in while I got the opportunity. Guru album. Boom, there you go. So our friend John had this rad house party, old school, 90s style.
Oh, yeah. The arcade was fierce and furious.
Yo, Amiga Phase 101, great to see you. Yo, D. Frazil, thank you so much for the host. Appreciate that very much. So he built this crazy MAME cabinet. Let me show you a picture of the cabinet first.
Yeah, I had a hand in most of that.
He
worked my fingers to the bone for the man.
So John and Anthony built this this arcade cabinet, and the idea is like, it's, you know, when in modern arcades they have the biggest Pac-Man in history or whatever, and the biggest Space Invaders in history. So he wanted to like emulate that. So they built this crazy MAME cabinet, which was just awesome, and you know, we had a great party. There we are hanging out. Look, this cabinet is awesome. Lots of good gaming going on. It's funny. It's got lots of controls on it. So I love how it's got the 4-way stick with the 8-way stick. It's got a trackball. We were playing some bowling here. It's got the dial.
The spinner.
Yeah, play some Tempest.
4-player. It's 6 buttons each player. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's rad. No, Sanzian, I'm not rocking the Pac-Man hat. I'm rocking my beret today for the. I'm rocking the Pac-Man hat in the photos, yes. But on stream today, I'm rocking the beret for the art stream. You know what I mean? We're getting artistic. There you go. I played some R-Type. It was great to play some R-Type on this thing. It was awesome.
That was Time Pilot 84, I think.
Oh yeah, Time Pilot. Yep. Yeah, he had a very nice theme going on for his party. I like the. It's all about the details. So I much respect to the plate. There he is doing some bowling. He's intense, man. Look at the intensity on the face.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised his hand didn't go through the screen. Good thing it wasn't closer to him.
Exactly. Getting crazy with it.
Yeah, there was a little bit of side action. People trying to, distract you from the game to get that little leg up.
It was good fun. Now, unfortunately, Anthony, this party was going on at the exact same time as Amiga 34. So we were not able to make it to Amiga 34. I was not able to do it because of work, but this was a very, very nice consolation prize, so to speak.
Right.
We've been doing these parties, forever.
Since... You can see in that picture how much fun I'm having.
Yeah. So, yes, it is a huge screen, DJ Billy Nest. It's 82 inches. It's an 82-inch LED
up on
screen.
Its side. Yep.
So yeah, it was a super fun party. So Amiga 34 happened. Yeah, Amiga 35 might be happening in the UK. That would be super rad. I wish we could have made it to Amiga 34, Anthony. Now I can't really.
That's all right. 35 is a good number too.
35, I like it. It's
respectable number.
Half a century. I mean, half a decade. Anyway, that was a super awesome time. I planned on going, but fortunately, work is really busy right now. I plan on going to Amiga 34, so there was just no way. I had to work on Friday.
Work is good too.
Yeah, I had to work on Friday and Monday, so there's no way I could fly to Germany. Let's go back to this.
If he's not working, we don't get to have great toys for the guru.
Exactly. Yeah, it's an awesome display, 10 minutes. It's very, very immersive. So speaking of Amiga 34, Anthony.
I kept threatening to change the backdrop on the TV and have a picture of me on it.
We didn't, like I said, we didn't make it to Amiga 34, but there were a couple of really cool devices that we were able to say. We can't do like an Amiga 34 report. We weren't there, so I'm just going on secondhand knowledge here.
And I haven't even looked at any of the reporting from it. I plan on hitting that at some point, just spending a day looking at all the coverage, videos, photos, and then I can pretend like I was there.
Exactly. Well, here's one. Hey, what's up, Dadler? How's it going? Oh yeah, excellent. So Purple Haze Maker is making a cool list of all the Amiga arcade ports, and he's going to do a whole document about it. So I can't. Yeah.
Nice.
He said 97. He's got 97.
97 Amiga arcade ports to play and review. There is dedication right there. The guy is doing the Lord's work.
Yo, what's up, Retro Red Rum? That's Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy, what's up, my friend?
We miss you. Walker GR waiting for Amiga Ireland. Oh, I would love to go to Amiga Ireland.
Oh, I'd love to go to Ireland. I'm part Irish, so I visit the land of my roots.
January 2020.
I may not come back. Who knows?
Maybe we'll hit that. Anyway, so a few of the things that I've seen online. This is from Amitopia, our friend Amix312, who comes into the chat. He wrote this article. Of course, the Warp 560 and 1260 were there.
1260. Ooh.
I'm on the list, Anthony.
I'm on the list.
You're on the list.
Oh
so
yeah, I jumped on that list. I'm holding on tight.
It's and it's so cool because it's not just an 060 accelerator. It looks like you also get a retargetable graphics card, ARM, USB, Wi-Fi, DDR3 RAM, and micro SD slot. So that's
the hook.
Dude, that's gonna be sick. I'm on the list.
That makes your 1200 into like a supercomputer.
Yeah, totally. And and trying to get a Blizzard card is not so easy these days. Both are going to be a little expensive, but the Blizzard card is old. So, but this is something brand new. So why not? If you're going to buy something,
I'd much rather buy new. I mean, yeah, I understand the nostalgia. I have some 030 cards. I don't have any 060. Well, I actually do have one 060, a Cyberstorm and a 4000 that's getting repaired right now. The 4000 is not the Cyberstorm, but I mean, if I'm spending my cash, my hard-earned greenbacks, or whatever color your money is, I'd rather have something brand new. It's going to work. I mean, you got to figure if these cars lasted, 25 years or so. A brand new card now should last around. You're going to get that lifespan out of it.
Exactly. Vicky, we would love to come. Yeah, we'd love to come to Amiga Ireland. Like, why not? Vampire V4 standalone. They sold out within 2 hours.
Yeah, you knew that was going to happen.
We had a standalone at our WOG party this summer, and the thing is super sweet. So
if that was in a store, it would beat out the Apple stores when a new iPhone comes out. Those lines would be around the block.
You're being vegans lining up around the block.
Yep.
You know what? I'm not the type of person to line up for an iPhone, but I would line up for the Vampire.
I'd line up for the Vampire.
Totally.
You know it.
Hey, what's up, Monster Joysticks? Great to see you, man.
Monster Joysticks in his house.
Okay, so this is pretty cool. There's an AMD version of Morph OS. So this is
nice.
So I don't know if they'll continue
the
power. Yeah, it's crazy, right?
I didn't even. Oh, this is news to me.
It is awesome, right? So yeah, you can run Morph OS on a modern computer. That would be amazing.
And the AMD version will have a PowerPC emulator, so the AMD version can run PowerPC apps.
Well, he said it may. He said it could.
Yeah,
it could.
I see. No, he's saying will right there. I'm seeing will,
yeah.
And you know what that means? Well, it still means may, or may not.
But that would be amazing.
Wow.
Yo, what's up, Ty Racer? We are
That's
great.
That's good.
Man.
I mean, a lot of people, I know a lot of people have been saying is, got to get off the PowerPC is kind of dead. There's not been any advancement of it. It started out as faster than the Intel processors and more capable, but as time has gone on, it's kind of losing steam. And, to get over onto, different processors is going to be the way forward to making that machine continue to get faster.
Absolutely. That's a huge step right there. And I wonder if that means it will also work with the A1222 from Trevor when that comes out. That'd be awesome.
Oh man, that's PowerPC machine.
Yeah, that's right.
We're still waiting on it. Geez, I wish I had that in my hand.
Yo, Mr. Cola, what is up, dude? Mr. Cola, I'm heading back to Chicago again. I don't know if I'll have time to see you, but I'll let you know. Yes, they are still developing Morph OS, Amiga Love. Pixels at Dawn Gaming, yeah, it's us together. It is magical.
Magic.
It is magic.
It's a kind of magic. I'm probably not singing that song right. I'm not a singer, trust me. I'm going to ruin any song for you. Just name a song you want me to ruin, I'll sing it for you.
Yeah, Morph OS is on a 3.12 version now.
Yeah, new version recently came out.
And they must have announced 3.13 here. Mm-hmm. And they updated it a week ago. Nice, Santi.
Yeah. Yeah, Morphos is definitely still moving forward fast. And the idea that they're bringing it over to AMD processors, that just shows their dedication. I think it was Dave Haney who said that OS is closer and more like traditional Amiga OS than anything out there.
Oh, this one. I'm gonna have to try and find this video. But Reshooter, which is like one of my all-time favorite Amiga games now.
Sweet game.
Richard and Kevin are working on a new one that's a vertical scroller called Reshoot Proxima 3. So yeah, we should pull up that video.
My good brother Bill bought me Reshooter.
Oh,
and
excellent.
We'll be keeping our eye on Reshoot Proxima 3.
Let me see. Sure. Yeah, let me see if I can find that video really quick. I want to see if I can pull that up because the game looks freaking awesome. Let me see if I can find it. I think I might have put it in. Did I put it on my Discord? I did. Awesome. All right, let's take a quick peek at this. Oh.
Ooh.
Let's take a quick peek at this. Richard, and Kevin have been busy. Oh wait, this is a music video. I hit the go forward button by accident. Let me take two. Let's see, go back. There we go. That's better. I see Amiga. That's better. It looks amazing. I'm gonna be all over this game. It looks so good. Mr. Cola, yeah, it's awesome to have Anthony over here. And the reason why we didn't do it on the Guru is because we shot a new Guru video this week.
You know we ain't wasting that time.
So there'll be a new Guru video coming out very soon. Also, being that I started this project on Twitch with this art project with Vicky, I want to finish it on Twitch.
And it's all good, we don't care. We're hanging together. We don't care if it's on Twitch, it's on YouTube. It's
all good.
It's all good.
Well, as long as we're doing it, that's all that matters. Jose, you heard they showed a version for the X64. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, go back to here.
Well, I think AMD processors, they are
X64
compatible.
Let me close that. Cool. So that was awesome. I can't wait to get some new Reshooter. That's going to be amazing.
Reshooter was AGA, right?
Reshooter's AGA, yes.
Right, so I'm guessing their sequel will probably be AGA also. Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah, so that was freaking cool. Amazing, right, Amiga Love? 10-minute. It is a fantastic game. Yeah, Mr. Cole, I imagine it's AGA, yes.
Yeah, and you can play it on the Mister, play it on Amibian or Amiberry if you don't have a 1200 or 4000.
Yo, what's up, Pharaoh? You played DuckTales today. You love Amiga. Excellent. We love Amiga as well. So let me throw this link into the chat for you. This is Amitopia's show report. I have another one I'll drop in the chat for you guys. Copy. Here's Amitopia show report. It's their Amiga 34 show report. I just put show report. That's Amitopia. There's another really good one here that I haven't read all the way through yet, but I'll show you this one. Our other good friend, Tony Askins, the Amiga Guru.
The Amiga Guru. Up on the mountain, sitting there, you walk up, you climb the mountain to receive information.
Exactly. So here is, you're playing with the Mister. Nice, Mr. Cole. I would love to have a Mister. So here's Tony's blog post all about Amiga 34 as well. Tony's a great blogger. And he went into some good detail about the event. So I'm going to throw Tony's link into the chat as well. Tony's blog. Tony's Amiga 34 blog. Boom. I'll even include the link.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's say, missing something. Missing a little something.
Santi Dark G, we want that 1262. Yeah, Dadler TL. This happened last weekend. This was Amiga 34 in Germany. Let's see. Anything else from Amiga 34?
And we all like Germany because we had a little piece of Amiga Germany in my old house here in New York in Das Bunker.
Oh yeah. Elaborate.
Well, just the fact that we're calling it Das Bunker,
oh, okay,
which of course is us murdering the German language.
Yeah. Speaking of Amiga J, I threw this into my Discord news as well. Amiga J has updated 2 decades of Amiga games, Anthology Set 3 Disc 1, to version 0.50 with 30 new games. That is crazy, bringing the disc total to 305 games. 92.
305. Thank you, Amiga J.
Dude, Amiga J, you rock, dude. Here is. Oh, there's 2. Let's see. I'll put them. That's a link to the tweet. So let's go here. Amiga J's latest release. Boom. So if you want to download it, I'm gonna throw this link into the chat. Amiga J. I'm gonna have to bust that out and check it out one day. Amiga J. J's latest release. Boom. There you go.
Looks like Pixel Vixen's hard at work, getting some stuff ready for her debut of the show.
I can't.
Well, not really debut. She's already been on it.
I can't wait. Back in the days, all of these conventions were famous in USA, AmiWest, etc., and all Europeans wanted to go there. 34 years after this, now parties in Europe. Yeah.
Now we get to watch from afar. Yeah, we get to feel what it felt like for you people. I mean, I guess that's a bit of comeuppance.
Yeah.
But the beauty of it is now, I mean, if it was the opposite way back then, I would never have gotten to a show because I didn't have the money for airline tickets. But now potentially I do.
We could, yeah, exactly. And
it's all good.
Back then we used to go to World of Commodore in New York. We had Ami Expo, World of Commodore. Those were the two big ones that we had here, and those were basically Amiga only events. Although World of Commodore, I imagine
World of Commodore was everything Commodore, but I think by the time I was going to shows, it was the Commodore was only selling Amiga.
Right.
So there wasn't any 8-bit stuff anymore at the shows.
So I went into my Discord channel. I have just a few more tidbits from Amiga 34. Where is it? We had yes, Captain John Archer, original captain of the Starship Enterprise. We had also moderator of my Twitch streams and moderator in the Discord channel. We had some boots on the ground. So Captain John posted some stuff. Oh yeah, there it is. Morph OS on AMD 64. There it is, booting up. A nice little show report from Captain John, keeping us in the loop. Chris Hulsbeck was there. Legendary Amiga musician, Turrican soundtrack. I mean, the list goes on and on. There's Richard with Reshooter and
sideways picture there.
Oh, and this is a good one. There's the Vampire V4 standalone.
Ooh,
that
look
is
at
sick.
that. I want to lick the glass. Nice.
That is super, super sweet. Oh, 10-Minute Amiga Retrocast is going to AmiWest next week. I'm gonna be in California too. I just can't go because I'm gonna be in Los Angeles working. That's a bummer. Dadler, I remember when I played the Reshooter music on my stereo C64 at a retro meeting, and when half the first track was played, suddenly Martin, the creator of the music, came into the hall directly into my place. Looks like he got lured by sound of 64. Oh yeah, so Dadler I think converted the soundtrack to Commodore 64. Nice. And Martin Amon, who was on my stream when Reshooter came out, he was pretty psyched to hear that. Santi, have a good lunch, my man. See you soon. Get a nice lunch. Enjoy.
Yeah, I think they just updated the Ultimate 64. Just quick reading on the new firmware. I think now you can have up to 8 SID chips.
Holy cow!
Insane.
So would you get 8 channels then?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what you'd do with them.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know either. 10-Minute Amiga Retrocast is me and the guys from Pixel Gaiden and Paul Asel. So, dude,
Asel,
our hero.
Yeah.
Thank you. 10-Minute. I wish I could go. I'm gonna be down in LA working like a dog that weekend.
Asel is the man, the legend. I mean, how many motherboards come out of this guy? He's got that 4000 remake. He recaps machines. I mean, the guy's all over the map.
Yeah, he's just awesome. Asel's the man. All right, Anthony. I think it's time to get the art starting.
Can't have too many SIDs.
Yeah, agreed.
Of course, I mean it doesn't have 8 sockets, so you're gonna have a bunch of emulated SIDs. But I guess it's better than no SID.
Exactly. 10-Minute Amiga Retrocast is going to make interviews at the show. That's awesome, 10-Minute.
Nice. Yeah, I can't wait to see him.
Be sure to go over to YouTube and subscribe to 10-Minute Amiga Retrocast.
If you haven't already,
man.
You're late. Get over there. Do it now before you forget.
10-Minute Amiga Retrocast, also host of this awesome art contest. Now, I love this art contest, and the whole point of the art contest is to just inspire people to get their Amigas out and to do something with them.
Yeah, it's very hard to inspire me not to be too lazy to do it, though. So
yeah.
only Bill's entered this time. Maybe someone can light a fire under me next time.
Well, I'll give you a little poke. Speaking of the Amiga Art Contest is co-hosted by 10-Minute Amiga Retrocast and Vicky Pixel Vixen, the Vixen with the most pixels over there on YouTube as well. She has amazing streams. She just uploaded an awesome new YouTube video. Vicky, if you want to throw that into the chat, go for it. I full disclosure, I haven't watched it yet because I've been so slammed. But we're gonna have Vicky on the stream now. I'm gonna call her.
Yep, she just said ready. She's put ready up there.
All right, let's see.
Amiten, hello in his house from Tenerife. Beautiful, sunny. I hope it's sunny.
Johnny, it is great to see you, my man.
Johnny, always great to see you, my friend.
We're ringing Vicky
well,
Pixel Vixen
see your
right
name
now.
anyway. You're seeing me,
yeah.
which you got the downside.
Yeah, Jose says 10-minute Amiga Retrocast with some really good 20+ minute videos.
Yeah, 10 minute. I guess you always have an idea. You're gonna do something on YouTube. It's only gonna be so long. You always end up going over. That's just what happens.
That's just the way it goes. All right, so I'm tempted to leave the music on, but I'm gonna kill the music for now, just so we can have a clearly hear our special guest. Let's bring it on. Without further ado, I would like to introduce once again, coming back onto the stream, the one and only Vicky Pixel Vixen. There she is. What's up, Vicky?
Hey there, Bill. Hey there, Anthony. How you doing?
Hey.
It is awesome to have you back on the stream, Vicky. I know you've been busy as I have. Dude, I'm loving the Pixel Vixen hoodie.
Yeah.
Dude, that is
sweet.
Awesome.
No worries at all. Yeah. I've just got doubled up audio here at the moment, so I'm basically hearing the Twitch and also this as well at the same time. So I'm just going to find out where the oh, hang on a minute, I found it.
You're probably playing it on the speakers.
Yeah, you want to drop volume somewhere.
Go. I just closed the Twitch tab. I'm going to have to reopen that shortly because otherwise I won't see what's going on. So yes,
well,
all good.
If you open it, just mute the volume on the Twitch on Twitch. I think, and then you
I tried doing that, but
oh
well, we're all good now.
We're all good. We're all good. Yo, DJ Billy Ness says greetings from the Vintage Computer Society Club. Today we have our weekly meeting. Dude, that's
awesome.
Dude,
that sounds. Where do they meet?
They're in Greece.
Greece.
In Athens, yeah.
Hello, Greece.
I would love to get to a meet. Weekly. That's badass. Like, every
weekly meeting.
Monthly is
holy smokes.
Mr. Toast, greetings from Texas. What's up, Texas? The stars. I hope the stars are big and bright. I know they are.
Remember the Alamo.
I've been to the Alamo. It's pretty awesome.
I've never been to Texas. I should get there someday.
You would like Texas. Texas is a good state. And those guys, the Pints and Amiga are in Texas. The other guys who stream on YouTube, they're really fun. I think they stream out on Saturdays, and they've popped into here before too. Anyway, Vicky, let's get started here. So the way I want to do this, Vicky, is if you guys didn't see the stream a couple weeks ago, Vicky was helping me in Deluxe Paint. She is a Deluxe Paint master. We were trying to make an entry.
We bow to the master of Deluxe Paint.
We're trying to make an entry into the 10-minute Amiga Retrocast art contest. But yesterday was technically the deadline, Vicky. So I want to play by the rules. I want to at least get a few pieces in on time. So I like to start off by showing you what I've entered, and I can tell you a little bit about them.
This is my first time seeing them, so I'm going to give my critique. I'm going to be brutal.
I didn't see the
Don't hold any punches.
Excellent. So
not going to hold back at all.
All right, let me do a little switch over
here. Just a warning.
Let me do. All right, I'm going to close the Hippo player. You know, I kind of want to play music, but what do you think? Should we play some?
I think for now, let's just
go quiet.
Let's the dulcet tones of our beautiful voices.
That sounds good.
That means I'll shut up.
All right, I'm gonna open up D-Paint. It is a sweet hoodie. I love the sweet hoodie. Let's see.
Actually got a design on the back.
Let's see it.
Oh wow! Oh, can you just stand up a little bit?
Yeah. We gotta see the whole thing. She's getting tangled up there.
Let me see if I can get the. That looks good, Vicky.
So...
And I assume you drew that as well. I assume you drew that.
Yes, I did draw it. So yeah. So that's not done on Deluxe Paint. That's just Autodesk Sketchbook. So yeah.
Can we buy?
I'm about to say, is this something you're selling to get some money on your channel, or just you?
So the plan is that I'm going to release a whole bunch of stuff soon, both pixel art creations and also sort of normally drawn stuff. So so keep an eye out my Twitter and my YouTube. I shall post links. So look out for it. I'm going to do all sorts of retro gaming and also system inspired stuff. So it took me a little while to do this one, but anyway.
That's awesome, Vicky. Make sure you throw a link.
Best of luck with that.
Yeah, Vicky, make sure you throw a link down to your YouTube channel, as well as 10 Minutes YouTube channel, and as well as your Twitter, so we can all we know where to get the goods when they come out.
Yeah, sure, will do, guys. So.
What's up, Dragon? Great to see you. Hey, Raveman Phase 101, great to see you as well. Let's see. I was going to bring Amiga 4 to 3. I have so many. I've got so many templates now. It's hard for me to keep track. Anyway, here we are. Deluxe Paint. Let's get into it. So I had 3 pieces of art that I've made in the past, and I've made all these live on stream, Vicky. One of them I went back and redid. Yo, Razor XG, thank you so much for the cheer. Appreciate that very, very much. Dragon Hellas, what is up? So, so Vicky, let me show you some of my stuff. Let's see, what can I start with? And now, each of these pieces, I tried to basically, I want to use the Amiga to do something, to do techniques that I use a lot, like in Photoshop or with a modern computer. That was the whole intent behind it. Like, let's see if the Amiga can get the job done like Photoshop can. So I'm going to go into it here. Here's my stream directory. All right, let's see. So the first one I'll pull up is, Retro Hour, obviously one of the legendary Amiga podcasts. Huge fan of the Retro Hour. And like a year ago or something, they had this thing where they're like, hey, we want people to send in pictures of them listening to the Retro Hour in various places around the world. So I took a picture listening to the podcast down by the river in my town. And I sent it to them, but the trick was I want to make it a ham file. So this is a ham 6. This is 4096 colors. The trick is I'm cheating a little bit. I've got it at a higher resolution. I've got it in basically high-res interlace mode because I want to be able to see the details on the phone. So it's a high-res. So technically it's an AGA. I guess you would say it's AGA.
Yeah.
But it's a high-res 4096 color image. But the trick was, so I was listening to this on my old phone. This is my old Samsung Galaxy Note. Let me get a bigger pointer here so you can see it. I'll go red. There we go. So the first thing I want to do, I love the ham fringing. Look at that. That's hot.
That's beautiful. We all remember that.
So so not only just converting it from a modern digital camera to Amiga format that's pretty cool. That's a really fun first step. But I want to take it a step further, Vicky. And one of the things that I do a lot is I use the rubber stamp tool in Photoshop. And I use it to erase things. That's one of the techniques I use a lot. Erase some wrinkles, erase some, flyaway hairs. So I wanted to erase the Samsung branding on the phone. So I basically used the brush tool and I erased the Samsung branding. And I also I can't remember if there was 1 or 2 ducks in the river, but I added a 3rd duck because I wanted to make like a little family ducks instead of just 2. And
also odd numbers work.
Yes, exactly. Also, 3 is a good number, and the triangle composition is also a lot of fun in photography. It's a good number. It's a very pleasing composition to the eye. So that is entry number 1. And I did all this editing live on my streams as well.
No, this wasn't the exploding note. This was an earlier model.
Yeah, no, this one didn't explode. Harry Longbone, this is my artistic hat. This is my art hat because it's an art stream today. Did I miss anything? Let me catch up on chat. So what do you think, Vicky? Do you like it or what?
Lot. So yeah, no, it's a really good example of actually what you could do with ham mode. I mean, obviously you've got the benefit, as you say, of having like a 640 by 400 or high res interlace, which you wouldn't ordinarily get with an ECS or an OTS Amiga. But even so, you've got the tools. Why not make use of them? I mean, it'd be a bit like saying I'm not going to create any artwork on my VGA card in my PC. I'm just going to stick with EGA. If you've got the tools, use it. So, and it shows out what the AGA Amigas could do. So yeah, I'm all for it. It's a really nice composition. So and big up the Retro Hour, amazing podcast. So always enjoy catching up with Dan, Ravi, and Joe, and they have some amazing guests on there too. So.
Did you catch our episode? I think we were episode 171 or something like that. We were on it. It was a big honor to be on that podcast because they have some we were like, what the heck are we doing on this podcast? Yeah. But it was a good one. We had a blast.
It was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, so you'll have to listen to it again sometime. So
the Retro Hour's definitely slumming it that day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I wanted to keep it to 4096 colors because I didn't want it to be like too photorealistic. Like for me, some of the allure of using the Amiga is making things look different. I didn't want it to be perfectly photorealistic because I can do that in Photoshop. Sure. So I want to give it I want to give it a little ham. I want to see that fringe. I want to see that fringe. I want to see the fringe. I want to see all the imperfections of ham. And I do have a 320 by 200 version of this. The problem is, it, like all the words on the phone,
they're probably not very readable.
Yeah, they just become blurs, and I want to be able to read that. So
absolutely.
AGA is still Amiga.
It is indeed, yeah.
So
yeah, it's awesome.
the next one is, let's see, let me load this up. Now this one is an interesting one. I didn't really do any like photographic techniques, and then this is a 640 by 400 16 color image. So this one's legal on an Amiga 500. So there's this thing. Like, I'm a big Instagram guy, love Instagram, and I follow a lot of filmmaking accounts. And one of the things that they do is they like to like analyze the color spectrum in a still frame from a movie, because in films they put a lot of thought into the color palettes of the scene. It depends. Some movies have like if the scene is a scary one, they'll put a lot of red hues into it, and they put the art director and the production designer and the cinematographer, they put a lot of thought into the color spectrum of each scene in the movie. So what they do is they take a still frame from the movie and they put like the spectrum of colors underneath. But I thought like a cool way to do that, because and when they put the spectrum of colors underneath, it just reminded me so much of the palette in D-Paint.
Yeah, there you see the palette right there on the bottom right.
So I was like, you know what? I think I could make one of these using the Amiga, one of these color palette analysis. And so I was like, maybe that's why I made it 16 colors, because I just wanted 16 rectangles down here. And so I took them and I organized them. I started with the blues of the sky over here on the left. Then I went into like the earthy tones for the sand, and then the more orange ones for like his face and for his scarf. But I think it was really cool because the colors in this were, it was basically essentially two colors, like blue and different shades of red.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Vicky. Sorry.
Yes. Oh, no, not at all. It's I was just going to say it's extremely effective, and it's almost like you've got complementary colours there. I mean, it is more on the red spectrum, but orange and blue being complementary is a really nice fit, and I think that's why, like you're saying, it's like cinematographers and photographers to some degree will work very hard to get those pleasing sort of colour pairs, and that, so it gives a consistency. And blue and orange is used quite heavily, sort of blues and shadows, oranges and highlights. So it's a very sort of pleasing look. So
yeah. Palette design is so important. Pixels. It's amazing what you can do at 16 colors. I agree. 10-minute. It's super photorealistic, and the dithering is a little bit strong in it, but I had to make it look good with 16 colors. Maybe I would have done less, but what I had to do is I had to go back. I had to I basically made a little template, and I used the fill, the rectangular fill tool down here in D-Paint to make this spectrum. And I had to make sure I had to reorder it, because you can see over here on the right it is not in the same order, which made it kind of tricky. But I put down these, and I got them in the right order to make it look good.
Nice.
Yeah, blue, white, and orange, just like Amiga OS 1.3. Yeah.
It reminds you of the new tech shot in Amiga Love. Nice. Except it's a dude with a stash. When you choose, Dabbler's saying in the Commodore 64, we only have 16 colors on the screen here at one time, but we have a much larger palette. I think the OCS is a palette of 4,096 colors.
Yeah, you have a bigger palette, but also the 64 had other limitations where it would always drive me crazy, because you had each block area had a foreground background color. So if you accidentally drew your foreground color into another block, you'd also change the background color of that block, and then you had to go back. A lot of things were just easier in the Amiga because of the more it had more power.
Absolutely, yeah, that's a very good point.
So there's submission number 2. Anything else about this, Vicky, that catches your attention? Feeling good about it?
It's really nice actually to see something that's photographic that's clearly got a very shallow depth of field as well. So that's really nice to see, because quite often when you're looking at images on sort of older computers, they do tend to be like pixel art, like for example what I draw, and it always seems to be in focus. And one of the things that does interest me is actually how to kind of put those out of focus effects actually potentially into future pixel art that I create. So that's something that's really nice to see in this example as well, actually. So the sense of depth there. So
that's a really good point. Yeah, I've some projects that I want to do with the Amiga in the future, and depth of field is one of those things I want to experiment with it. You're right. Like back in the day with DigiView, I always used to just scan clip art. I used to scan stuff out of magazines, but I would like to get a little depth to my DigiView.
Well, and I imagine this might also make it a little bit easier, because you can shift your colors over to where you want the fine detail, and use less in the areas that you want less detail, it gives you more to work with in that area that you want to stand out.
So that's my hunch as well.
Yeah, and so in Vicky, like you were saying, with the depth of field, just if you're keeping score at home, this was shot with a Canon 5D Mark III. It's a full frame digital camera, and I shot it with a 24-70 lens at f2.8. So that's another reason why the background is super out of focus, because I focused on his eye, and he was pretty close to me. He was probably about 6 feet away from me, so that threw the background far out of focus. We were standing on top of this dune in Morocco. This was my wife and I were celebrating our 10th wedding anniversary, so we did this amazing tour of Morocco. It was amazing. And right after I took this picture, he literally he made like a sled for us. It was essentially a sled made out of this material of a bag, and we sat on the sled, and it was like sleigh riding down the sand dune. It was incredible. It was so much fun. Mr. Toast, I did steal Anthony from Florida momentarily.
Yeah, he's not letting me go back so far. I'm still stuck up here, and it's getting colder and colder.
Yeah. 10-minute Amiga Retrocast says the man looks almost perfect, and dithering on the left is what gives it away as a low color image. It makes for an interesting contrast, and that's the thing with this. Like when you have something that's got a lot of detail in it, like his face, you can mask. It's very easy to mask the dithering. But then when you have something with it's basically a solid. It's basically a solid with a color gradient, which would be the sky. Going from like lighter cyan to darker cyan. That's where the dithering is really evident, as you'll see in the project that we are about to work on.
The other thing to bear in mind is that obviously a lot of this artwork would have originally been viewed on a CRT, so whether that was a television or a proper monitor. So absolutely, and those scan lines would also take away some of that apparent sort of dithering as well. So yeah, that's something just to bear in mind when we're looking at these 16 color images.
That's a great point. I would love to. I haven't actually looked at this on a CRT yet.
I think we often forget that our monitors now are so super sharp compared to what we used to use.
All right.
And also the color gamut's different, so. Very
true. Now the next one doesn't have any color. Now this is one that I redid for the competition. I shot a TV show with Mike Tyson. I did work on this one live on stream, but I went back and I just tweaked it a little bit for the competition. I want to get more detail in the highlights, because the highlights in his face were pretty blown out through my first version. But the process here for this picture was. It's originally a color image because the raw data from my still photo camera, the same camera that I took the other picture with, Canon 5D Mark III, is color. So you have to go through a process of changing color to black and white. And that's done by using the channel mixer, and I use the channel mixer in Art Department Professional. What the channel mixer does, it allows you to vary the amount of red, green, or blue in the image. And that drastically affects the contrast of a black and white image. So for example, let's say back in the day, I was shooting with black and white film on my still photo camera, and I was taking a landscape picture, and I wanted the blue sky to be darker. I want to see that contrast between the blue sky and the white clouds. I would put either a yellow filter or a red filter in front of the lens. The yellow filter would be less of an effect, and the red filter would be a stronger effect, because basically whatever the opposite color of the spectrum is becomes darker in black and white. And then if you have the same color, that becomes brighter. So if I put a green filter in front of the lens, then the grass would become brighter. And you can basically do this in AdPro with the channel mixer, also in Photoshop. It's pretty amazing that AdPro allows you to do that.
Definitely.
So that was step one. Step one is I used the channel mixer to get the contrast the way I wanted it. I can even show you that a little bit later if you want to see how I did that. And then I really wanted to accentuate his face tattoo. So I used some tinting and some brush work to make the face tattoo darker, because my original draft of it was lighter and you couldn't see it as well. I wanted it to pop out more. So I hand drew. This was very much like pixel art, because I would take dark pixels and just click and paint them in to try and get it darker. So this was, I felt like I was drawing a little bit. I've got no drawing skills, but this is as close as it comes.
It's looking good. Thank you.
AdPro is such an incredible piece of software.
Totally. And the other thing with this image that I want to, so this, basically what I want to do here, there's an old photographic technique called dodging and burning. It all started back when we used our enlargers and did actual printings. If you want to make something a little bit lighter, you would block the light that comes out of the enlarger onto the paper to make it lighter. So let's say you were doing...
But of course, why they call it dodging is you couldn't just put it there and leave it there. You would have this very stark darkness. So you had to shake it around.
Oh yeah, I spent in my darkroom. I literally had like a collection of all these different shapes.
Little shapes,
yes. And then the opposite, burning, making it darker. I had like pieces of cardboard with all different shapes cut in it, and I would hold it and shake it under between the paper and and the enlarger. So that's where it started.
One of my tricks was a coat hanger with a bit of cotton wool on it when I was using the enlarger, and you could hold the coat hanger like this, and then you'd have a little cotton wool just to sort of soften things up, and crazy.
The coat hanger was a really good technique. I made one. I have a picture of the Brooklyn Bridge at night, and I wanted there wasn't much detail underneath the bridge, so I cut out the shape of a Brooklyn Bridge and put it on a coat hanger, and it was called I was like dodging with the Brooklyn Bridge, so I called it my Brooklyn Dodger.
Who are not in Brooklyn anymore.
No, they're now in Los Angeles. They stole the Dodgers from us, but they used to be the Brooklyn Dodgers back in the day. So and of course you can dodge and burn in Photoshop. They have a dodge and burn tool, which I don't actually use that much. I use other techniques to do dodging and burning. But I want to dodge, see if I could dodge and burn in D-Paint. And then the other thing I did, because of the limited 16 color palette, there was a lot of like junk here in the dark area, like some grays and whatnot. So I went back in and I just cleaned up all the pixels in the dark area to make sure it was pure black in here. And I left some. I also worked with the edge, the edge of his face on the black. I cleaned that up to make it not look like it was like just to make the transition smooth from his skin tones to black. And as you can see here, a lot of the guys are saying it's amazing, lots of detail, and it is really cool how you can see so much detail. And there is Floyd dithering happening in this one, and it's masked because there's so much detail in his face. You can see like he's got hairs, he's got marks. He's been punched in the face so many times. He's got all kinds of amazing stuff happening in his face. It's a really, really cool face. So that masks the dithering and makes it appear like it's got a lot more than 16 shades of gray. Oh, nice. 10-Minute used to use dodge and burn in his darkroom back in the 80s. Excellent. Photographer's Memory podcast, right?
Yeah.
I love AdPro too. It is incredible. What the heck is Harry Longbone? I don't know.
I don't know.
Harry,
I was reading that.
I have no idea. I have no idea what Harry Longbone's talking about, but it sounds hilarious. Yo, Dome Dags, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate that very, very much. Welcome, Dome Dags. I hope your stream was awesome. Welcome, Dome Dags Raiders. Today is a different kind of stream. We have the one and only Vicky Pixel Vixen on the stream. We're going to create some Amiga art. I am just showing her the three items I've submitted to the art competition so far, and we're going to make a new one in right about now. So this is a creative art stream. Also got my buddy Anthony with me from Guru Meditation. He's visiting from Florida, so he's joining me on the Twitch stream.
It's a southern invasion into the north.
Yes. We're gonna need some beer soon. So any thoughts about this one, Vicky?
And basically, I think you covered it more or less at the start. We were just talking about the filters, because that was the thing that really struck me. Because I think I did see this one on Twitter a couple of days ago, and what you're saying about like back in, I mean, obviously it still applies to digital photography. You could, I suppose, put a yellow filter or something in front of your lens, but it doesn't really make much sense these days. But yeah, that was one of the things that I always used to do with particularly portrait photography, was to put a yellow filter on, because it was always very complementary to skin tones. Like it just had that look of like silver gelatin in the way that it's been processed, and it just looks so much better than sort of unprocessed black and white, which can look very flat in terms of contrast. So it's got a real sense of depth and mood in this, and fascinating how you did this in AdPro.
Yeah,
really
that's a great point, Vicky. Yeah, if you put a yellow filter on when you're shooting someone's skin, yellow. If you're shooting a Caucasian person, they have a lot of yellow tones in their skin, so it makes it pop a little bit, makes it lighter.
It was always my go-to filter, was a yellow filter, and I still shoot films, so I've got some T-Max and some Tri-X in a big bag of junk over there, so which I use in my Nikon FM and stuff. So yeah, I love my photography.
Yes, that's awesome. I use T-Max 3200 was my favorite.
Nice film. I tend to use Ilford 3200 because they still make it. So.
Oh, the Ilford 3200 is really, really nice too.
Stuff.
While let's start making.
You gotta love how the you're remembering, if you haven't touched your Amiga in a while, how everything changes when you bring the menu up.
Oh yeah, because it changes the palette. Now, this is actually one of the ways what I cleaned it up. And as you can see right here, I don't know if you can see on the stream, but I missed a pixel.
Yeah, we got a rogue pixel.
And this is how because sometimes the difference between black and almost black was so subtle, I couldn't really see it. So what I did was I would go into, like the palette, and I would make like, I'd make this color right here. I'd make this brighter, right? And then I would see all this. I would just, I'd see all this, and I could go like fix that rogue
let's go get that guy.
Yeah, I got that guy. Boom,
knock it out.
But that's how that made it a lot easier for me to paint this area and make it pure black.
Well, and it's also good that you just did this because you know people can see how you left some of those pixels around the edge. Again, like you said, you didn't want it to look like his face was stamped there. You wanted a transition there. You didn't want to lose all that.
Exactly. And then what I did was I just went back. Now I forgot what value that was. I think it was 007.
Yeah,
and
it was.
I just went back to take it back down to 007. James Bond is the James Bond of the palette, and and there we have it. That's a cool little technique that I use to identify those dark pixels.
You know, it was one of the hard things for me, you know, coming from a program like D-Paint with a set number of colors, an easy palette that you could just take a color and change it, and then you go into like Photoshop, which is 24-bit, and you kind of lose some of those little tricks and tools that you used to be able to use.
Yeah, it's really neat. Sometimes it's really nice to have the limitation of just 16 colors. Yeah. It gives you a lot of power.
It does give you a lot of control.
Exactly. Ilford made some incredible film. They did. I wasn't a big Ilford film user. They did make some really nice stuff, but I used their paper. Their paper was my go-to paper.
The reason I tended to shoot Ilford was just because it's made here in the UK, so it was cheaper than Kodak.
And Kodak is made right here in New York, so we stick with the hometown film. 200 points off for the Rogue Pixel. I think I deserve that one. 10-minute. I deserve it. That's a great one. Epic Android says everyone's an Amiga expert until they get punched in the face. Mike Tyson.
Well, the hard part is they probably wouldn't have noticed that Rogue Pixel in the picture, but now we've kind of shown it to them, and now they know it's there.
They know it's there. Epic Android is referencing a great quote from Mike Tyson where he says, "Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face." Where it's like, you analyze all the fights. You go in, you analyze the fighter. You have a lot of time leading up to the fight, and then it's like you come into the plan, but that all goes out the window as soon as you get punched in the face.
What do I see there, Pixel Vixen? Is that a Bluetooth keyboard, old school Apple Bluetooth keyboard? That is I don't like, everyone knows I don't like Apple. That is my favorite Bluetooth keyboard, full throw. You don't see those anymore. Awesome choice.
No. My keyboard of choice because it's a proper keyboard and it's Bluetooth. So, don't use any of these laptop keyboards in expensive cases with lithium batteries.
Chiclet keyboards have come back, unfortunately. Don't know what people are thinking. We hated them back then, and I still hate them.
So I'm with you there, Anthony. So we're old school to the end. So.
Yeah, I use that keyboard on Windows. Yeah, it works perfectly fine.
Really good keyboard.
Yeah.
Which would say good action. It's a nice action, that. Sorry, that's very British humour.
Dumb Dags used Ilford when doing large format photography. I never did large format. I would love to do large format. Good old Ansel Adams.
Send you one. I have like 3 of those keyboards, so you're going to have to up the ante on that trade.
The keys on the Apple keyboard remind Mr. Cole of the sticks you get with Fun Dip. Oh, Fun Dip is a good one. So, all right. So, Vicky, check this out. So, I just submitted these 3 because, again, I got inspired. You and Doug inspired me to enter the competition. I figured I already had the Retro Hour image, and I already had the Mohammed color palette image. So I was like, I'll just, why not enter them so you guys have more stuff in your competition? And then Mike Tyson, I want to go back and revisit it because it was really bugging me that I wasn't getting the detail in the highlights there. So that one, I went back and completely redid this one for your contest, even though I originally did it.
Do you have how it was with the lack of detail for a comparison?
I probably do. Let's see if I can find it. That would
be interesting to see, I think.
I should have. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Mike Tyson. Let's see. Tyson original. I can't open the JPEG in here, but let's see. This is one with less detail. Boom.
Right. Oh, wow. Yeah. big difference.
Yeah, so you can see there's like, it's just, that's what's bothering me. I was trying to deal with like dithering. I was trying to do everything, but you can see like the highlights here are just pure white. There's no good transition from the grays into the whites. And that was really bugging me. Good thing I had that. Good call there, Anthony. Yeah.
You gotta have some reason to want me around.
If you want, I can show you. I can quit out of here. I'll just show you. I'm not gonna get deep into it, but I can show you how you can do it in AdPro. You can mess with it. You really need to start with the color image. If I go into AdPro, let's see, I'll load up Mike Tyson. I'll do a dramatic one, Tyson original, JPEG. I'm gonna load this up.
Oh, look at that Amiga load progress bar. Yeah, nice. Getting all I'm getting a little tingle.
So what you do is you go into the color to gray operator. Let me just change this render screen to 16 colors. And you go into this operator, and in here you see you have the red weight, the green weight, and the blue weight. You can put in different values, and that is essentially like putting that filter in front. So if I wanted to, so let's just, all right, I just did that. Let's see what happened on that one. And there's lots of detail missing. I forgot what numbers I ended up using, but let me just show you. I have to load it again.
Yeah.
Let me just show you what happens when you do a dramatic change.
It's kind of incredible. I mean, this was state of the art back then, and you weren't, like, it wasn't a big deal that you couldn't actually see changes before you committed them. It's like you just got used to working in this mode where you try something, that didn't work, go back to the original, load it up, try something else. Nowadays, obviously, with the power of computers being so much greater, we're used to just, seeing previews all the time.
So I increased the green, and as you can see now, there's even more. It's even more blown out in the highlights. So that's what I did. I played with those values to get more information in the image. Yes, Hazemaker, these streams are 100% attempt to rig the competition. Pixel at Dawn said, when I was a kid, I used to love the psychedelic effect you got when you went into the menus in D-Paint. Free visual effects. Agreed. You should enter. So there we go. So you can play with color to gray, and you can play with those values to get the contrast dialed in your image when you're converting from color to black and white. Of course, Photoshop's got a channel mixer too, but it's just amazing that they had this in AdPro back in the early 90s.
It's amazing what they had in this program back then. Probably on a PC, I'm sure you had to pay a lot more than AdPro cost on the Amiga to do the same thing.
So Vicky, my idea, I'm not good at drawing. I've got no artistic drawing skills at all. I am not a pixel artist by any stretch of the imagination. So I was like, what can I do in D-Paint that still has like a little bit of a pixel art vibe? Now, let me show you something over here.
We have word. 10-minute Amiga Retrocast has stated they will take submissions today.
Oh, excellent. The deadline has been extended. I love it. So I told you before, I love Instagram. I'm on Instagram like every day, and like most of my Instagram feed is just like awesome like synthwave images. So let me pull up a couple here to show you like what inspired me. Let's see if I go to boom, here we have it. So the first thing, all these synthwave images have like a huge image like of a sun, right? And usually the sun has got spaces in it. I don't know why. They always have like these black lines in it.
I think it gives you that sort of idea of looking like sort of into the horizon or clouds blocking it. It definitely adds to than just seeing a big circle.
Yeah. I'm going to keep this full screen now just so the folks at home can see it easier. But these are the kind of images that show up in my Instagram feed. And I was like, you know what? Like, I would like to try making something like this on the Amiga. But then, of course, like whenever you think round disc when it comes to the Amiga, there's only one thing I think of, and that's the bowling ball. So I'm like, what if it was a setting bowling ball sun? And then, as you can see, like in this one, it's got some rad mountains. So I want some mountains to let the sun, the bowling ball sun, set behind the mountains. I've got mountains in my town, right there on the river, the same river where I took the photo of the retro hour.
Flat as a pancake, Florida.
Florida
has a panhandle, and it's flat as a pancake.
So I love these images, and I would like to do something more sophisticated on the Amiga, to make something a little bit more sophisticated like this. But I was like, you know what? Let me just try something quick. And so now you can see, Vicky. You can see the vibe. You can see the vibe I'm going for there, right?
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I love it. So I love the retro wave aesthetic. So.
And right, it definitely also gives that feeling of that sun in the desert, that sort of haze, the heat rising off the ground.
That's a great point.
That is a great point. I didn't think of that.
So let me show you the elements that I've got here, Vicky, and we're gonna put them all together today and make our final image. So let's see. Let me open up dpaint. Thank you, Ian Coogan's. I actually do have a legitimate version of dpaint, but for some reason I have the Ian Coogan's version on here. So there's going to be 3 elements. There's
Watch
also
out, Electric Arts might come after you.
Yeah, right. Electronic Arts is still around, man.
Yeah.
They might come after me. So I always see like 3 elements in these images. There's the sun. In this case, will be the bowling ball. The mountains, which is going to be the Hudson River. The river itself. So I want to make the bowling ball reflect in the river, which is going to be tricky. That's going to be the hard part. And of course, there's always palm trees, right? There's always palm trees in these shots. So the first thing I did was I made a bowling ball. I basically went into my emulator and I did the old bowling demo, took a freeze frame and cut out the ball. So let's take a look at that. Boom, art. I call it River Loop because originally it was supposed to be an animation, but I just don't have time to animate it. It's hard enough doing it as a still image. So here's the bowling ball.
Need to maybe throw a little bit of that color cycling in there.
That would be fun. That'd be fun. So there's the bowling ball. Looks good. I love all the jagged edges. To me, the jaggy bowling ball is the real bowling ball. Much respect to the new bowling balls, but they're so smooth. I like the jaggies. Got the jaggies. So I went old school bowling ball. That is element number 1. Element number 2 is our river backdrop, and that's what we're going to be dropping the bowling ball into. That's the same river where I took the picture of the retro hour, down by the river. And then the third element
and up the river.
And up the river
is where they send bad people.
Yes, we have a jail on the Hudson River called Sing Sing, which is a pretty famous jail.
Sing. Oh wow, yeah, I heard of Sing Sing. That's mentioned in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
A little bit. I lived in Ossining. Ossining, the town, was originally named Sing Sing, which was the Indian name for the area, but obviously at some point, as the prison got more and more well known, they wanted to change the name of the town. So I joke with people, say I live in Sing Sing.
So here's my palm trees. They're black palm trees, and I made this a 2-color image because I wanted it easy to be able to pick them out. Now all these images use the same exact palette except for this one, but this one works because it uses the first two color registers of my 16-color palette. So I can just pick these up and drop them in to the picture at the end. So that'll be fun. My palm trees are ready to go.
Just stamp them right on there.
Stamp them right on. So Vicky, the first thing we really need to do is to work on this bowling ball. Now, how would you suggest? Yes, we want to change it. How would you suggest making the black lines into it? I know there's a grid you can turn on, right? So to get the black lines even on this bowling ball.
Indeed, there is indeed the grid. I did have another thought about how you could do this.
Use the arc tool,
using line spacing, but the grid is probably the easiest thing to do. So it's just below the where you sort of use the brush tool, and if you right click it, you'll get the spacing options. So it's the one that looks like a little window. So there we go.
Yep, 8 pixels.
Yeah, I mean that's generally quite a good starting point. So yeah, so.
Pixels at Dawn made a really great image of King Tut's death mask. Can you submit that? That's hilarious. That may already be taken, but it's worth a try. Pixels.
You can sure try.
Now I've got a hunch 8 may be too narrow.
It does look a little narrow.
Yeah, I've got a hunch.
From what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's too narrow.
It would look narrow. Yeah, it's just that you would be able to sort of drag it like multiples, like 16, 32, 24, whatever it might be. That's what I was thinking, is that it just gives you just a little bit more fidelity, but not too much. So
should I start with 8?
Adjust it. Yeah, try 8 and then have a little play with it. So to see sort of what kind of height of rectangle you want to, black rectangle you want to draw over the top of your boing board to get the sort of like the haze stripe, shall we call them, as Pixels at Dawn pointed out. So.
Okay, so here we go. There, that's 8. Oh, 8 actually. Oh, I guess that's 8 and 16. It doesn't look like a doubling, but
Yeah.
I guess it is. Now I think we want to start with them thicker, right? We want to start with them thicker and then make them thinner.
Yeah, that would make sense to me as well. So, yeah, it depends sort of how thick you want them to start with, but you might want to reduce the grid down even more just to be able to make them just a little bit slimmer. So,
okay, so maybe I'll go 4.
Yeah, maybe. I think that would be a good starting point. So,
I'll just do 4 for the X and the Y.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Now, so one thing to keep in mind though, the bottom of the bowling ball will not be visible because it's going to be hidden behind the mountains. But I'm gonna make it anyway. You know, maybe I'll use this for another project as well. Where I'll use the full bowling ball. So I'm gonna make it as if you will see the bottom.
Yes.
Oh, and I think also right now you don't know exactly how much of the ball is going to be covered, so you're better off having it than, you know, having that force you to bring the ball down lower than you wanted to.
So I'm going to start with 5. I think 5 clicks seems about right. We'll start with 5.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then, let's see, 1, how much space should I go in between? I'll do, let's see, 1, 2 in between looks pretty good.
Yeah, you're going to want them reasonably close together.
Yeah, so that looks good for the first 2. Did I do 5 clicks? We'll do 2 5 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom.
That looks narrower.
It does look narrower.
You might have accidentally gone 6 clicks on the bottom one. Not that that's a problem, I think.
Let's space it out here. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Well, it's so hard. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Say so 6 clicks. 1. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Okay. Now I'm gonna narrow it down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go 1, 2, something like that, and it will. Oh, I didn't start. Look at that. Thank goodness for the undo.
That one precious undo that Do Not Paint gives you. So.
Yeah, 1 level of undo is so precious. You're right. Sing Sing also mentioned The Kingdom of New York by Fun Loving Criminals. Nice one, Pixels at Dawn. So this was, let's go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Nice. And now we'll do a 4.
Good.
So this was, how many was this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, how many did I do? I
think you did 4 on the last
So we'll do 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I feel like it needs to be like that. Right? Visually, that kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah, that looks pretty good to me.
And we'll just do 1 more.
Yep. Uh-huh.
So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And it's cool is that what you can use to make sure you're not going to be like that one time you were ended up too far in because that side of the ball comes out to the left, is you do have the up on that crossbar when you start holding your mouse to know you're in the right place.
I think I'm going to add 1 more. I'm going to add 1 more. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? And we did 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that the same as the one below it, Anthony? Yeah.
That looks the same.
Yeah, so we'll do
yeah,
that.
narrower. Oh. Looking, well, maybe that one should have been a little closer to it, you think?
Closer to here? What do you think, Vicky?
A little less spacing there?
I think it needs to be a little bit, the black band needs to be a bit taller on that last one would be my only thing. It just looks a little bit too skinny, maybe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's either too skinny or too far away from the other band.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. and we'll make it.
I end up tilting my head rather funnily when I'm looking at these things as well. I'm forever doing this, so.
That feels pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
the black band is a little bit. I need to come up a little bit higher with it. So I'll do 5. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that. And again, it doesn't have to be. They shouldn't all be the same anyway. I'm gonna do that because the idea is that it's shimmering.
Yeah.
1,
2, 3, 4. Was 4 what I did? 4 right there under that little nub.
Yeah, that looks about right.
That feels pretty good.
Yeah, lock it in.
Yeah, that's good enough for now.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Absolutely.
save this. Let's save this. I'm gonna call it Boing Ball Rippled. No, I'm gonna call it Boing Ball. What should I call it? I'll call it Boing Ball 5. Why not, right? It's the next one.
That's very true.
Okay.
And we all, from back in the Amiga days when you didn't have all that history to go back, remember saving the different numbered versions. Then
that's exactly what I did here. So I'm gonna go ahead, Vicky.
I was just gonna say I do exactly the same thing these days. My files end up just called 1A, 1B, 1C, etc.
Now I think the 2 bottom ones are not gonna play. I think the 2 bottoms are not going to play in this because we want it to be setting behind the mountain. So I'm going to pick up my brush. I did it on a black background. So I got my color 0 set to black. So it's only going to pick up the ball itself and not any of the background. So I'm going to pick this up like this.
You could turn your grid off now as well, actually. It might make it a bit easier.
Good point, Vicky. Good point.
Well, here's sort of the question. Why wouldn't you grab the whole thing, actually put it down before you put the background over? But I guess it would be harder because the background also has sky, so that probably makes sense that you kind of, even though this is in the back, you're going to have to put it down after the background.
Right, the background's going to be first. Actually, I should load up the background and make this my spare page because I want to set behind the mountain, so I don't want it to. I want to cut off the bottom, so there's enough. The mountain's actually not that big, so I don't want to extend past the bottom of the mountain into the river. But I'm gonna 86 this. I'm gonna load up the picture of the background. Let's load up parent. Let's do this. River backdrop. Perfect.
Discs with final version and proper final version.
Yeah.
Definitely completed final version. This really is the final version.
Exactly. Never name your file.
Honestly, final.
Agreed. So I'm going to jump to the spare page. And I'm going to load the Boing Ball into the spare page.
Final, Rev 2 final.
Gets worse on a PC, though. 8.3 file names, best.text or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I mean, back in the day, eight, you only had really 8 letters to work with. You really had to be tight. Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's looking pretty sweet. So, Vicky taught me last time that you hit the H tool, and it'll have the size of your brush.
Indeed.
Oh, look at that. Sweet.
And this feels about the right size to me. About the right size. What do you think, Anthony?
That's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, you want it to be that focal point in the center there.
Exactly. So, another thing Vicky taught me was the stencil. Now, this changed my life. The stencil changed my life.
Get ready to be blown.
Yes, because as you see, we have a little problem here. If you the mountains are curvy and they're not a straight line. Boing Ball, straight line.
Right. So if you were putting the Boing Ball down there right at the water, you'd be fine right now because that's a nice straight line. But you're not.
No, I want to disappear behind the mountains, not in front of the mountains.
Indeed.
Yeah, Vicky knows D-Paint a million times better than I do. So Vicky taught me a lot. So let's go to the stencil. Effect, stencil, and we're going to make, is that correct, Vicky?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, you want to make your stencil.
Get your notepads out, everybody.
Yeah, and we're going to click on...
There will be a test later.
Yes, we're going to click on the black, which is the black of the mountain. Going to click on that. And then we hit make.
And look at how you see the mark next to the black right now.
Yep, make. And now watch this. Voila.
Ooh, look at that.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Fancy, huh?
Now I centered... Yeah, go ahead, Vicky, sorry.
I was just going to say, stencils are really essential for getting on with depaint, particularly when you've only got that one level of undo. And in effect, with good palette management, gives you layers.
Yes, and effectively it's giving you layers, exactly. So, Vicky, I wanted to, it's funny, I never used stencil ever with depaint until now.
I never have. You just, like I said, mind blown.
Now, another thing, Vicky, that happened here is I re-centered this image I took of the river because I wanted the bowling ball to be like basically dead center, and I wanted it to be darker on the edges. I want it to be even. I didn't want the bowling ball to set to one side or the other. I want it to be dead center. So I could use the coordinates and put it dead center, but I'm basically just going to eyeball it to the image because that's really all that matters. So another thing that you have to do.
The world is not perfect.
No, but when you're eyeballing it, the trick, as much as I love to have the tools, the depaint tools up, the trick is to turn them off with F10.
Otherwise, you're always going to kind of shift a little further to the left than you should if you want to be in the middle, because your eye is kind of seeing that the image cuts off at the toolbar when really it doesn't.
Exactly. Vincent GR says stencils are awesome in depaint, and DJ Billy Ness says stencils are awesome effects. Agreed. It's amazing. So now I want to bring this down so it's basically centered up there. I'm going to bring it down to
look at that bowling ball setting behind the mountains as it goes down.
It's a thing of beauty.
It's like we're standing there.
I'm going to bring up, I don't want it to be so perfect with there we go. That looks good. Now, the only issue I have is that you see there's a little bit on the corner there, right? So I could just go back in and fill that in later. Let's see, I'll show you with my pointer, like right here. I don't like that gap. That's not selling it well. So I'll go back and fix that later. Santi Dark G, welcome back. So let us save this because we have to, again, this is basically levels of undo, and this is going to be. I'll just call it. I'll call it River Loop 1.
Well, yeah. Now that you've merged, you've joined the bowling ball and the river.
River Loop 1. I always like to separate with an underscore.
Fix it in post. I think this is technically all post.
Yeah. There we go. I can just fix this right now. I'm just going to zoom in on it.
Yeah, do it now.
Do it now.
Why wait?
Exactly. So the question is, do I want to extend the red? Yeah, I'll just extend the red.
Extend the red.
So I need to extend a little bit of white there. First, I need to extend the white. Do 1 pixel. I love getting down to individual pixels with depaint.
And I mean, look, still having that stencil makes it so easy. You're not accidentally going into that black.
Exactly.
Yeah, so there's a few little useful shortcuts here. Remember, you've got your period key, your full stop. They're useful for just going to your single pixel brush, so saves you having to reach up to the top right all the time.
That's awesome.
Learning so much today.
Yeah, so let's say if we went to a bigger brush, I could hit the period and boom, single pixel. That's so cool. I feel like this wants to be a little red in here, so let's go red. Fill in a little red here.
Got is to use the N key. Now the N key will center the magnifying glass over wherever you hit the N key with your keyboard.
No way.
So on the left hand side on the on the unzoomed out. So move over to where you've got your picture on the left, which isn't zoomed in. Over, press N, and your magnifier will center on that particular position in the right hand magnified view.
That is awesome. So I just feel like this white should be all white. I feel like we should fill these suckers in here. Whoops. Let me get the white. Wait, yeah, that looks better already. And then I just want to fill these in with red. Click there, and then these need to be red too. These two won't, like that. That feels good. All right?
I think so.
Good.
Nice, Vicky. I dig it. I dig it. I'm gonna save this one. I'm not gonna save this as a variation. I'm just gonna go ahead and save this as River Loop 1.
The new and improved.
Yeah, this is the new and improved. 1. Yes, we can overwrite it. Cool.
Worst part is when you do that, and as it's saving, you notice something like you messed up. Like, oh no! Too late.
You have an idea? Give the mouse to Anthony. The problem is the way we are situated. Anthony's gonna have to reach over way too far.
That's a bad
yes
idea. Very bad idea.
The full stop even looks like a single pixel. Clever shortcut. Pixel that's on. That's actually a really good point. The period does look like a single pixel, or the full stop. I like full stop better than period. That's that's a really cool terminology.
Yeah, but you don't want to say that in a car, like be discussing artwork. And yeah, just use the full stop, and then the person hits the brakes.
Now, Vicky, this is the moment of truth. Because this is what I want to do is I want to get this boing ball reflection in the water. Now, originally I wanted to do it in half bright mode, so I'm going to ask your advice on that. Should we go into half bright mode? But I also I don't know that I want it to be an exact reflection of this. I'm feeling like I want to make a wave right in the bowling ball first. So I feel like I want it to be just like a wavy bowling ball in the water, as if the waves, are bending and refracting the light. So the way I know how to make a wave is to use image effects. So do you think we should go make a new bowling ball, a wavy bowling ball, Vicky, and then we can bring it in and do our half bright?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Otherwise, because you've already got the cut out one, you could use the one with the sort of like the haze marks through it. It just depends really. But if it's going to be a full reflection, then I would go with a completely new one in image effects. So
we'll give it a go. I'm just so excited because this is one of the cool things about this art competition is that I really didn't know how to use image effects well. I still don't, but I didn't know how to use it at all essentially. And now I've got an idea of how to use it. So
yeah, back in the day, it's a program that I never had, so I really didn't use it.
It's a much more advanced tool than AdPro because it came out and was supported after AdPro had already died.
Yeah, I mean, I actually picked up a copy, kind of a later copy, and I just never got a chance to.
I think it's just a PostScript library.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. We're not doing PostScript anyway.
PostScript is for printing, so we're going to print. So here's image effects. It's got this cool menu down here. It reminds me a little bit of like DigiPaint, a little bit. That kind of menu at the bottom of the screen.
DigiPaint also the paint program that came with DCTV.
Exactly.
You saw this trick a lot of times because with the two, it's essentially I think using like sort of a double screen, you could see the picture up top and it wouldn't mess with the palette so much when you went into menus and things.
That makes sense. So I'm just setting my renders. I'm doing NTSC high res 16 colors to keep everything the same. Let's go load in the bowling ball. Now, what do you think, Vicky? Should I load in the full bowling ball or I think I should load in the full bowling ball, not the one with the lines in it.
I agree with that. I think you might need your screen mode set to high-res interlace. I might be wrong. It might change it automatically, but high-res is going to be like your 640 by 200 if we talk about NTSC.
You are 100% right. It's high-res laced. I blew that one. Thank you, Vicky. That's why you're here, Vicky. You're keeping me honest, keeping me on the straight and narrow.
Otherwise, Sing awaits us both.
Well, I think what keeps you honest is you're using an actual 1200. It keeps things pretty honest because you can't go outside what the Amiga can do if you're on one.
True. Yeah. Exactly. So let's go to River Loop, and I put it in the bowling ball, and I think it was bowling ball 4.
Missing disc 1 of ImageFX. I think you could probably find it out there. Mine, I think I got on CD, the last version I picked up.
Well, 10-minute Amiga Retrocast. If you want the physical one, I can't help you. But if you want the program, I can help you out with that. Especially before don't take that into consideration when you're judging my work for the competition. If you want image effects, I can hook you up.
Here comes the bribe.
Now, Vicky, the first thing that happened to me when I started using image effects, I was like, what the heck? Like, what's up with all these dots in the image? Turns out this is just a preview image. And that threw me for a loop the first time I loaded up. I thought I was doing dithering. And I was like, why is image effects, doing all this dithering? I didn't want dithering. It's messing everything up. But this is just a preview image. So now we're going to go into the toolbox. And here's where you can transform your size. You can do all the distortions, change the color. So we're gonna go. I believe it is is it a filter? No, it's a distort.
Yeah, it's either be a distort or convolve.
And of course, yes, we're gonna do the wave distort. Now this is cool. This pulls this up. Now I'm gonna center this wave on the center of the bowling ball.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like that. I wish I could drag this Oh, I can. No, I can't. So I need to start a little bit more down here to make sure it's... Nope. A little bit here. I'm not dealing with many pixels of resolution here. There we go. Boom. So that'll be the focal point of the wave. And here you got your angle, your amplitude, the length of the wave. So let's do a little preview.
Mm-hmm.
It seems strong. It seems strong to me.
I was going to say it's looking a bit choppy.
Yes. I'm gonna take the amplitude down. Maybe take it down. I want it to be subtle. 20, and the length. We'll take the length. We'll do 2020. See what that's about. Preview. That's better. I can always the big black ring around the outside. I can always get rid of it. You know what I mean? So we're just dealing with the inside there. Do you think it's still too much? Maybe I'll take it down to like 10.
A bit less, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. You definitely don't want it quite so much.
Maybe I'll take it down to...
If it's too much, it almost becomes like an unrecognizable blob.
Exactly. Take it down to like 2. Ha! It's the amplitude of 3. Let's try that. That's looking pretty good. And let's take the length down to like... It's a funny thing I do all the time too when I'm working in Lightroom or Photoshop. I always use like my lucky numbers. Like that's how that's how I determine like what numerical values to use. Just my lucky numbers. So 13's looking pretty sweet. 7 is my other lucky number. So let's try 7. We'll go 7 on this one. We'll go 7, and we're gonna eliminate this ring in Photoshop. I mean, in Photoshop, in DP.
Oh, slipping.
I'm slipping.
I was going to say, this is some super stoked Amiga 1200.
It's hard.
It's got that on it.
I do a similar thing when I'm talking about drive size. I'll say, oh yeah, you know, the first drive I had in my Amiga 2000 when I got it was 40 gigs. And yeah, like 40 megs, try.
Yeah.
Or 40 gig hard drives back then.
I think we all do that from time to time, so...
Alright, so it's gonna... Boom. Hey, that looks pretty good.
Got a little shimmer. And, you know, probably you wouldn't have to try to get rid of the line and stuff if you'd gotten that circle on it. But, yeah, it's really hard when you got that small image to get that circle just right.
That looks pretty good. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Or is it not strong enough? I'm wondering. It might not be strong enough now. In the preview, it looked a lot stronger.
Maybe just take it up a little bit, and it'd be good if you could catch those stray pixels on the left edge of the boing border. So
yeah, like redo the circle so you're grabbing more of it.
Now here, let's see if I whoops, cancel. If I do, now this is interesting. Let's see if it puts this in the buffer or it goes back to the original. Distort, wave distort. Ah, cool. It went back to the original and remembered my settings, which is awesome. So amplitude.
Very nice.
We'll go length. We'll go back to 13 on the length, which I think is kind of the distance. We'll go to 13, and then amplitude. We'll kick it up to like 7. Preview it. The preview is kind of cool, but let's just render it out and see.
Mhm.
It's a very interesting way they did that progress bar on the right, on the bottom there. It almost looks like signal strength for your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, 10 minutes. Awesome. Santi's gonna hook you up. I can hook you up as well too with those. I can't hook you up with a physical floppy. Well, I actually do have physical floppies, image effects. I actually have a physical version of this, which is pretty sweet.
ADFs can become physical versions, or DMS if you're doing it strictly on the Amiga.
I think it needs to be a little stronger.
Maybe just a little bit stronger would be good. So, because otherwise it's going to get a little bit lost in the sort of like little waves that are already in the water.
Exactly. I'm gonna go 21, and length will be 31.
Well, see, LHA, LZX, I don't think I ever really used those for discs. Of course, with, you know, DMS was a nice way just to, you can just have the Amiga take that file and just write the full disk straight out instead of like decompressing and copying the stuff onto a floppy. But I guess, yeah, you could do that too.
Is that changing anything? It looks the same.
I'm not seeing much difference there.
Maybe I need to load it in again.
Those numbers quite a bit.
Yeah, let me load it in again. Let's load. The buffer will be destroyed. Yeah, let's destroy that buffer. Okay. Let's go to the toolbox.
I mean, nowadays when I want to preserve a floppy, I both make an ADF and I make a DMS, just so I have both. If I'm on the Amiga, it's easy to take a DMS disk into a floppy. Some real nice utilities for that. I like it. 501. I saw that for a second.
Yeah. I like the progress bar down here on the right. It's pretty cool. Vicky, thank you for coming on the stream today. This is so much more fun doing with you. Oh, if we look, this is image effects at 2.6.
It's always better with someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
As opposed to just me, and I'd be like, I don't know. That looks less.
That looks less, doesn't it?
What happened?
I was say the storm is abating.
The wind's died down. Yeah, it definitely has.
Oh, maybe it was doing it on... Interesting. All right, let's try this. Let's go to the defaults. The preview, I think, is not very accurate as we're learning here. Toolbox, distort, wave distort, defaults. Oh, I have to do this again.
Well, there have been times when I felt the need, like I have the Amiga teleprompter software Smooth Talker I could never find anywhere. So when I got the floppies for that, I wanted to make sure that I didn't lose it before the floppies went bad. It's also a great way not to lose your discs if you have them on files on your hard drive.
It's so true. I've done the same thing for all my Deluxe Paint discs and Final Copy and so forth, because one day those discs will die, and I might still want to write them out to the last remaining double density discs that I've got that still works. So, yes, very important part of preservation.
I think it's smart to make ADFs because you can throw it when the floppy drives, like the floppy disks, eventually are all gone. You can throw them on a USB thumb drive and a GoTech and still be able to load your programs.
That looks pretty good, Vicky. I'm gonna go with this for now. Interestingly enough, unfortunately, we lost a little bit of bowling ball over there on the side. But let's just go with this for now because we could be here until Kingdom Come. And unfortunately, we got
he's given an extra day. He might not give an extra month.
Exactly. Let's save this. I'm gonna save the rendered image as an ILBM. Yep. And let's save it as volumes, compact flash card. That's today's stream in the art directory, the river loop. Put it in the bowling ball directory. And I will call it Boing Ball Rippled.
Boing Ball on acid. Good one, Amiga Love. Yep, it definitely looks trippy.
Quit out of this. Hopefully it retains the same palette.
It has, yeah. Otherwise,
we're rolling the dice.
We are rolling the dice. Amiga Love, I like the badges you have next to your name there. I don't know what he's got a sword, he's got a crown, he's got a first.
He's collecting them, I think.
Santi's asking for this contest, we use MorphOS and Lightwave?
That's a good question. Necessarily see why not. I don't know what Doug thinks about that. So, MorphOS is very Amiga inspired, and Lightwave, I suppose it depends. Is it a more advanced version of Lightwave than we had on the Amiga? I'm a bit not up on sort of what MorphOS does, so
I think it's legal. I'm not a judge.
I would think Lightwave,
Lightwave is legal. And MorphOS, I wouldn't use Lightwave, on a PC.
No. I see Lightwave, and then, that might be a little bit cheating, but using it on the Amiga.
With it, I'm sure Doug would be. I'll let him, either call me to account or, but I don't see a problem with that. So,
Lightwave 2019 on the PC, probably not.
Hey, what's up, Mandala?
But it is awesome that program, is still around. That came basically from the Amiga.
I'm feeling like I need a beer soon. So what I could have done, Vicky, is to center the bowling ball better. So this way I wouldn't have lost it on the edge here. But you know what? I'm kind of feeling maybe the imperfection is a good thing. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's going to make it feel a little more natural.
And you can always cover it up with a palm tree.
Could always cover it with a palm tree. So Vicky, now this is where I really need your help. I want this to reflect in the water. So how are we going to accomplish that?
Right, okay. I don't know if this is going to exactly give us the desired effect, but we're going to give it a shot nonetheless. So last time we changed the main image to be in half bright mode.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'd first do is you need to... is this on your spare page
Yes.
or not yet?
The bowling ball's on the spare page, and this is the main page here.
Hopefully I'm going to do this without any mistakes, but there's no guarantees. So, first of all, switch to your main page, and you want to change the screen format to half bright mode. So, so that would be in your picture menu on the left, and you need to go down to screen format.
Boom.
There you go. And then in there, you need to find your extra half bright mode. I'm just going to bring up a view of my Amiga 600 here, because otherwise I'm doing this completely from memory. So,
I guess it'd be NTSC half bright laced.
Well, what are you in right now?
I'm in 640 by 400.
Yeah,
640 by 400 half bright lace plus. So that's what we want. Good thing it's got the numbers there.
That's a half bright. So that's
advanced.
Yeah.
I
don't know if you want that or the. Well, no, those are 320 by.
There's no option for it.
that would be absolutely fine. I think the reason it's got double A there is because Half Bright was originally limited to low resolution screens.
You're correct.
Yeah.
So you have to go into kick in those custom
AGAs.
chips in the AGA Amiga.
Damn, I was hoping I would be able to look at this. Changing the screen format will lose the spare page, no problem.
And we can load it back in again. So
now you can see down here on our palette, we've got our original 16 and our new 16. Or is that 32? Now it's 32 and 32, so it added some colors, like the greens.
So that's correct.
Jump to the spare page. Let's load up our bowling ball. Anthony, I'm feeling like I need a beer real soon.
Yeah. And that's good to know about Cinema 4D. I didn't realize that one was still around. I knew Lightwave was, of course. New Tech being a huge company, is still in, broadcast and everything. Cinema 4D still around too.
So obviously I didn't change the palette because the old palette didn't have the half bright. So here we are with our rippled bowling ball in half bright mode.
Okay, so we need to bring this over into our main screen now. So if we just hit F10 to get rid of your toolbars, and if you press B on your keyboard, that will get your brush cutting tool.
Learning all the shortcuts.
Shortcut. I think didn't Dan Silva say that every single... Oh, look at I didn't make my background. Oh, wait, is that right? Yeah, we're good. I think we're good. No, we're not. Interesting. Look, it didn't pick up... It picked up the black.
Oh, Real 3D also. Wow, so these 3D programs are still kicking it. It's funny, I think the first Amiga 3D ray tracing program that moved over to the PC was... I always lose the name of it.
Rats. Vicky, I got a problem here. There's two different shades of black.
We've got two shades of black. Oh dear, where's
so
the James?
I'm fixing it right now.
No. There was one before Imagine, which started out as Turbo Silver. Started out as Silver, then Turbo Silver. There was one before that. I'm trying to remember the name of it. And it was a big one on the Amiga, and the second it went to the PC, it kind of died even on the Amiga. I'm losing the name. No, I know Caligari became something on the PC as well, with a different name. But no, this predated Caligari as well. It was one of the really, the first ones. It was expensive, and Turbo Silver was a cheaper... It was quite a bit cheaper than this program, and I just can't remember the name of it. It'll dawn on me probably after we're off.
I can't undo the fill.
I could always secretly look it up. I'm gonna go creep. Over here.
So
let's look it up.
Change. Oh, it canceled. Hold on. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Picture load. Bowling ball rippled. Yes. Do you want to change it to the file? No. Okay, so Vicky, what I'm doing is I'm using the fill tool to make the black areas black. The same as my color 0.
Ways of changing it to changing the transparent color of the brush. In the color menu, you've got a brush option, and you've got the change transparency color. And then basically what that would do with your brush is that it will just take the foreground color as the new transparent color. So if you can identify which is the black one that is incorrect, you'll be able to change that. So
I would like to try. The thing is, it added, because it's 32 colors. There's now like 3 shades of black essentially. So I need them. I think I need them all to be transparent. Can I do that? Can I do multiple transparencies, kind of like a stencil?
Possibly. Well, you can do a stencil to clear this problem as well. So if you bring up your stencil, request a like to make a new stencil again.
Effect, stencil, make.
And then what you can do is you can actually click on the picture to actually choose the colors that you want to affect.
Oh, neat. But I'm gonna, because I don't know which ones are, because I can't tell the difference. I'm just gonna click on all the dark ones here. That'll cover me. You know what I mean, Vicky? Because I don't know like the different shades. I don't know if I'll click on them all, but by doing that, I know I got them all. So make.
I think it was Sculpt 3D, which became Sculpt Animate 4D. I think that's. Thank you for being faster than I am on my web browser.
Now I don't know why it's down there in the corner, Vicky.
Okay, so what you probably want to do now is if you get the filled rectangle tool.
Got it.
So basically hit F10 to get rid of the toolbars.
Yep.
Left-hand corner, just drag out a rectangle because you've got color 0 selected currently in your palette. Drag that all the way down so you're basically covering the whole canvas. And then that should fill in basically just using the color 0. So, oh, hang on a minute. We've got to invert our stencil first. Sorry.
All right, I gotta load it back up. Load.
So
no. Okay.
you should be able to undo your box that you've drawn.
It didn't.
So.
It didn't let me undo it, which is interesting.
That's annoying.
So let's go to stencil, make. Do you think I did this right, Vicky, by just marking the dark ones?
Yeah, I wouldn't choose the very first one that's in the top left of the stencil request today because that's the one that we do want to make the transparent color. So like color number 1 or 0.
Background.
Right.
I think that's color 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So and then you want to click invert.
Oh, look at that.
Oh wow, look at that. It stencils everything but what you selected. That's cool. It's good to know.
Yep.
Make the stencil, Vicky.
Yeah, make the stencil now. Sorry, I'm just watching the stream
Yeah,
as well,
no,
so
you're on
there's
delay.
sort of a few seconds lag. so yeah, now you've done that, you should now be able to drag out basically as I was sort of suggesting before. So choose the filled rectangle, F10 to clear your toolbars.
Which one's the filled rectangle?
Basically you've got the rectangle tool just below the flood fill, and it's the dark part of the tool. Or you can press Shift and R on your keyboard.
Let's do the Shift R. There we go. So now if I do this, oh look at that, Vicky, that's amazing.
So that should hopefully set that all to color 0 now. So
sweet, Vicky. Let's. Oh, I could have hit B for brush. See, I'm learning. Let's pick it up.
Yep, indeed. Now, with a bit of luck, you might want to turn your stencil off now as well because you don't need that.
Yep, I think that's why I couldn't pick it up. So stencil off. It's a tilde. Okay, let's go brush.
It is indeed.
I also noticed the machine is much more responsive with the stencil off. And
it will be, yeah.
There we go, Vicky. That's perfection right there. That's perfection.
Awesome.
Now, should I save this? It's still the same image, or is it not? This image is not the same image, right? Because we just painted it color 0. So I'm gonna, Yeah, so I'm gonna save it.
I would save it, yeah, definitely, because you never know when you might want to come back to it.
For sure. I have a feeling we will, Vicky. Boing ball ripples
yeah.
too. If you think about it, this is insane what the Amiga did for this whole industry. Video toaster, of course. Agreed, Santi.
Talking about.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we've lost her.
Oh, there she is.
He's back. He's back. The power of the Pixel Vixen is stronger than the internet. They tried to cut her off.
Oh wow, Vicky, look at this.
Oh,
look at that.
That got muddy.
Oh, that's interesting, isn't
They're
it?
different palettes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
look, you see a few colors change when you go over to here.
that shouldn't be a problem though, because we can usually remap the brush. So if you go to the color menu.
Yep.
And there should be the brush option down the bottom.
Remap, there you go.
Remap brush.
Holy cow.
Sweet!
That is, Vicky, you just, like, see, if I didn't have you here, Vicky, I would be struggling with that.
Oh, that would have been like
oh
a
my
show
God.
ender right there. We've just been like, okay, forget it. Forget rippling it.
Amiga's always ignored. It's like if you mention that name, your company will sing with bad luck. Hilarious, Santi.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Try to wave. Great to see you. Invent. This is an educational stream. So Invent, it's great to see you. Invent. Invent is inspired by you guys, Vicky. He might actually make his own Amiga competition as well. Invent is the artist who did Reshooter.
Nice.
Yes.
Hey, Invent.
Among
So
many
it's
other
fine.
games.
Late is better than not here. That's
For him, it's morning because he's in Oceania. So Vicky, what should I do here? Should I half the size of it first, or what should I do?
Yeah, you need to half the size of it because that'll at least match up with what you've already got. So yeah.
I think maybe it should be even smaller.
Yeah, I mean, then you could use if you press Shift and Z on your keyboard, that will give you the free sizing tool. But obviously, bear in mind you don't have anti-aliasing like you do on modern packages, really. Although there is an anti-alias in D-Paint, but it's a bit rough and ready.
Oh, I just made it more oval shaped. Which I didn't mean to do, but that could be cool.
well, because I think it should maybe be a little stretched out.
Yeah, because of the reflection.
Yeah.
So it's not. I like it, Anthony. So Z squeezes it now, and then H will half it again. I don't know if I should make it.
No, I don't think you want to half it again. That might be too small.
The shortcut for the free resizing ROM, it might not be Shift and Z. It might be something else. So.
Well, let's pretend that this. Let's save this brush. I'm gonna save this brush, Vicky. Save the brush. Volumes. Arts.
And yeah, there definitely is. There's a lot more interest always in the games on the older machines than the actual productivity software. I think because you've tended to just go to bigger, better tools as things have moved on, rather than wanting to go back to these old tools. But this brings back such amazing memories.
I have so much respect for these older applications because, this is what I cut my teeth on. So before I went over to Photoshop and the like. So, it's a whole part of the Amiga's history that is overlooked in sort of today's current popular culture is actually that the Amiga was also a computer, not just a games machine. So it's good to be doing stuff like this.
Thank you, Santi. Yeah, I need to. Well, the trick to knowing shortcuts is to use it frequently too. So Vicky, all right, what's the next step? How do we make this half bright?
First of all, we probably want to hide part of this boing ball behind the mountains again,
yes,
don't
with
we?
the stencil.
So we know the score on that one, so we basically just need to create a new stencil now. Amiga Live, you can change the center point of the brush. And that's, I think it's Alt and X, but I might be wrong. But it's all in the menus.
Now, I kind of, see, Vicky, I kind of like, I might make a new stencil. I kind of like it how it hides some of it. I think that's going to help sell it. You know what I mean? That's why I'm adding stencil.
You might want to make some more of what's in those waves.
Exactly.
That looks good to me
that
as well.
That looks pretty good, right?
Wow.
I dig that. Maybe I should make one.
Try a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm going to try more. I think some of the lighter colored ones. Vicky, I'm having so much fun. This is too much fun.
Absolutely. Isn't it? Just being able to see how this goes. But before you stamp it down, we're going to have to go to half bright mode. So.
Ooh, sweet.
That is looking sweet.
Oh,
maybe I just need to take away.
Excited.
This is awesome. All right, stencil. What's the stencil make? Stencil. Let's find that stencil. Where did I go? Effect. stencil. Okay, it's a tilde. What if I
So
take
you just
away the brightest one?
a bit off your brush, so.
Oh, yes.
It's getting tasty.
It's getting tasty. And I'll do one that, and I'm going to make one so the tilde where that sucker, boom.
What'd you do?
Oh, that turned it on and off. Oh my god, I thought I just lost everything. You know, stencil make. Yeah. Oh, I had to hit shift. That's what I had to hit shift. And we'll do one of the other darker tones too. Like, I'll try that one. Yeah, that's feeling good to me. What do you think, Anthony?
I think we're at a sweet spot.
And now that in half bright is going to look sick.
Now we need to snip off a bit at the top of the boing board if
so
you want it a little bit further up.
Yeah, get it closer to the mountains. A little bit
like that,
yeah,
you mean?
I think you want it.
Yeah,
you don't want the reflection to be going in when the ball itself isn't.
So something like that, right?
Yeah, I think.
What do you think, Vicky? Something positioned like that?
I think maybe
now I'm going to show you a trick.
Yes. Show me the trick.
Decided your position, but what we want to do is basically stamp this brush down, but we don't want to obviously have to clear up the image that we're got below. So what we want to do is fix the background. So you want to go up to, again, I'm doing this from memory. And then you got background. And so
I think we're losing a bit of our audio.
I think we lost a little bit of your audio, Vicky. So you said you want to fix the background.
Yeah, sorry, I did have my Amiga screen up on my Mac, and that might have been slowing everything down. Sorry.
Vicky, I gotta be honest. I want to do the half bright, but this is already looking sweet.
Good, isn't it? So
it's looking pretty sweet. I almost don't need the half bright.
I think it will just be
it'll be even cooler,
really
right?
Pushing.
Okay, so let's go to the half bright. So Vicky, sorry, how are we gonna lock the background? You're breaking up a little bit.
Okay, so let's try. So if you go up to the effect menu,
effect,
it'll be a background option.
Mm-hmm. Fix. Background fix.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just literally seeing you click fix now.
Yeah,
so,
it didn't quite work.
So now just stamp it down where you want it.
But it's gonna overwrite the boing ball above the. No.
Oh, she's shaking her head no.
So I think it should be.
I think she's got a trick in her sleeve that we don't have yet. That's why she's wearing that hoodie.
She is the Pixel Vixen.
She's hiding it to just the right moment.
I feel like this is a good spot for it.
I think that too, because it's kind of matching where you're seeing that.
All right, I clicked it down, Vicky.
Good. Okay, so now press Shift and R to get the filled rectangle tool.
Oh, I think I know where she's going with this.
Oh my God. Okay. All right, Vicky.
Arrows selected already, and then just basically drag a rectangle over the bit of the boing ball that's corrupting the rest of the horizon.
Oh, what's happening there?
Oh, do we turn off the stencil or do we just go for this, Vicky? You see that? I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
So
we only got one level of undo.
well, you can click down, but you've got to undo straight away. So.
All right, do that and I'll undo it. Okay, we're safe.
Off.
Turn off the stencil.
The tilde key. So.
Do we want to? Oh, just clear it out.
Go to the menu and turn it off if you want. So. I'm
gonna take a picture of the stencil in case we want to redo it.
That sounds fair. I'm being brave here. I'm just telling you, do this, do that, and then it'd be like, oh.
So I'm gonna clear the stencil. Is that what I'm doing, Vicky?
Yeah, clear the stencil.
Okay. Cleared.
Okay.
And now I'm gonna draw the color 0, right?
Yeah, but what you want to do is when you drag the rectangle out, don't use your left mouse button, use the right mouse button.
Oh, right mouse button to erase.
Get out of here.
Sweet.
She is the Pixel Vixen.
Oh, man.
That's the Pixel Vixen.
Off the hook.
Oh, man.
This is gold. This is info. This info is golden.
Oh, my Mausner.
Wow. Dude, I was panicking there. I was panicking there.
I was nervous. Yeah, we do need to save soon, Anthony. We don't want the sucker to guru.
So, I would hit it right now. I would hit that save now. Save it. Print it. Done.
Boing.
And print it.
Let's go to the parent directory here. So this is gonna be River Loop 2. Wow, only 2 levels of undo here, Vicky. We're living on the edge.
Living on the edge.
You're taking up too much space.
So Vicky. You know what, Anthony? I think I need a beer really bad.
Yeah, I think this deserves a drink and a little breaky break. I'm going to turn my mic off. I'm going to go to a special place.
Oh, actually, do you mind? Let me get the beer so we can swap. So
okay. Yeah, we'll do a swap. That way I'm still here entertaining you with my... I don't know what yet. We'll figure that out.
Well, also, don't forget, we are on wireless microphones. So when we go use the boys' room...
Gotta turn that thing off so we don't have a Naked Gun moment.
Yes. I'm turning my wireless mic off now.
We only do that when we don't have guests on.
Yes.
Don't want to embarrass them too much. Like, I'm never going on that show again. Oh.
Oh, dear.
Talk about rude and crude.
Crude, yes. So, yeah, we're not going to do that. So... Unfortunately, I can't join you for a beer because it's like 10 past 10 here, and it's still a school night.
5 o'clock somewhere.
It is indeed 5 o'clock somewhere. I'm getting the feeling that somewhere is about...
Because it's not 5 o'clock. Oh, well, actually, no, I'm mistaken. It is 5 o'clock here.
There you go. Hour. So, it's all good. But yeah, this is going quite well, I think, at the moment.
We have learned some amazing deep paint today, folks. Some amazing deep paint.
Yeah, I mean, it just takes a bit of playing around with things and not being worried about screwing things up, really, because you only learn from your mistakes, and that's probably why I've learned quite a bit of it, because I'm forever making mistakes. So
it's always the key, and I mean, as long as you save often. I mean, and nowadays on an Amiga, you got a 1200, you got the ID in there, throw in a 4 gig compact flash, you got plenty of room. Don't be afraid to use it.
Absolutely, yeah, this is it.
Your biggest mistakes you make, though, always when, like, you haven't saved in a little while. Because you're like, I'm just doing a little thing, I'm just doing a little thing, I'm just doing a little thing. And it's like, uh-oh. Why did everything suddenly freeze?
I know. And it can happen. It's a bit like the Eric Schwartz animation, isn't it, with Amy the Squirrel? Was it Amy the Squirrel? Oh, no, Sabrina Skunk, wasn't it?
I think it was Sabrina, yeah.
Yeah, where she's painting away and the bird flies onto the telegraph wire.
And everything goes dead. And then the epic scream.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that has been me a few times in the 90s, it has to be said. So, but yeah. Thankfully, it's not done it recently, so...
I see angel wings.
Angel
in the chat.
I'm back.
Oh, he's backity back with a little snack.
I'll let you out. You can get out.
He's gonna let me out. Let me just hang on. Let's just make sure I turn this off.
Yep. Are we safe? Yeah, you don't want to do what I did earlier on. Yes, you can undo the undo sin now, so... And Amiga Live, you can't increase the undo levels, sadly, in D-Paint. It's one undo or nothing, so... Yeah, we've just noticed the visitor chair. That's that's a way to keep your guests awake.
Yeah, the visitor chair is cool. It's actually a piece of Chinese. It's an antique. It's an antique from I believe it's from China. It's either China or Mongolia. I'm not sure.
Wow.
My wife and I have a lot of Asian decorations in our house.
That's gorgeous. You know that I'll appreciate that kind of thing. So.
Yeah, it's actually a really beautiful chair. I love it. So Vicky, I need to wrap the stream up soon, unfortunately, because my wife is going to do a cooking stream in about an hour.
No worries.
And I need to set her up. So how long do you think it's going to take to do the half bright?
Well, we can do it in a basic sense, hopefully within about the next 20 minutes or so.
Okay, cool. Yeah, 20 minutes will be the maximum that I've got.
Yeah, so let's give it a bash and we'll see how far we get. So.
Well, let's start while Anthony's in the restroom, because I do need to finish it up.
Yeah, sure. So basically, I think what we need to do is, so we've got the boing ball stamped down now. Again, I'm doing this a bit blind. So what we need to do is go back to the spare screen. I don't know if we're able to pick up the boing ball. Actually, I'm thinking on my feet here. We need to pick up the boing ball that you've stamped down already there, because that's all sort of nicely cut out now. So we need to make a new stencil once we've freed the background. So if you go to the effect menu, background and free.
Effect. I need to look into the background, because I kind of understand what you're doing, but not 100%.
So yeah, locking the background basically creates almost like a background layer. So, but you can use stencils over the top of it. It's pretty clever stuff.
That's incredible. It is definitely like a multi-layered situation there.
It's pretty awesome.
Masters of digital art only need one to do. Hilarious. Sorry, Vicky. Go ahead. That's funny.
That's all right. No. So what we need to do is pick up the boing ball that's on the water there. So I would press M on your keyboard for the magnify.
Oh, really? What am I going to magnify here? Got it.
Okay, and just make sure
that you've got ringing the
bell.
Oh, Anthony's back. Sorry, 1 second, Vicky. Anthony's back.
That's all right. No worries. It's all good. It's all good.
We got swap spots here.
I'll let you out.
I'm
this
out.
Is like
You're
a
in?
whole operation here.
Yeah. I just need to get a bigger green screen.
Okay.
Paint my whole room green.
Suck it in. Suck it in.
If only they could see what's happening right now.
Good thing they can't. All right, I'm back. All right.
There's a great Matthew McConaughey joke where the punchline is all right. Here, Anthony, first,
am I on?
You're on. I hear you. Yep. Cheers.
Oh, yeah,
We're starting off with the week beer, because Anthony and I are doing another stream after this with my wife.
Yeah, we can't be too crazy.
And we're gonna be drinking all night. So I always start with the lower intensity beer and ramp it up. Cheers. Cheers to everyone who's hung out with us today. Cheers to you, Vicky. Cheers to Doug and you for holding this awesome contest. And thanks to everyone for watching today. I'm having a blast. And Vicky, thank you for your help. Here's to Vicky and Doug and the amazing Amiga community. Cheers.
And here's to the art contest.
The art, yes.
Thanks, guys. It's a pleasure. So thank you for having me. So yeah, cheers with my little bit of orange squash that I've got left.
Yo, Sin Lao, what's up, buddy? Great to see you. Spartans don't need undo. Hilarious. Oh yeah, personal paint. The multiple levers undo. The dither algorithm that Deep Paint uses is very distinctive. Yeah, I agree, Mandala. Very, very cool. It'd be cool if Deep Paint had perspective distortion tools so you can tweak the reflection in 3D space. Oh, Amiga love. It does have some kind of 3D effect, but I don't know if it can do that specifically.
Yeah, it does do perspective, so I think it's been in Deluxe Paint since version 3. So.
Yeah, you could do a perspective in there. It's kind of, I guess the thing is, if you have more time, you're not running against that
Oh,
deadline.
Andy Amiga 7's here. What's up, Andy? Andy is a member of WOG. He's an all-star member of WOG. I see him almost every month. He's drinking an IPA from Newburgh, New York. Excellent, Andy. I was just up in Newburgh last weekend at the farm. So, Vicky, what's the plan here? So I zoomed in. We need to change this reflection to half bright mode.
We do indeed. So we've freed the background now. So I'm wondering whether we should have done that or not. So let's give this a go anyway and see where we get to. So what we want to do now is create a new stencil. So press, you can go up to Effect, Stencil, and Make again.
All right, Effect, Stencil, Make. Got it.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick all the red parts of the boing ball out.
Okay, so I'm going to clear it. So the red parts of the boing ball would be this. I mean, it's basically just that, I think.
It is, because the orange will be sort of basically your water reflection.
Correct.
So,
Yes.
So click make on. Oh, you want to invert it as well. So.
Do we want to do anything with the white, Vicky?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just okay.
Yeah.
Invert. Got it.
So invert. Yeah. Okay. So and then click make.
So this is meaning the only thing that's going to be affected is the red.
Yes, basically.
Okay, got it.
Okay, and now you can come out the magnified view.
Now, why did we go into magnified view there? Just to make sure it was the red color only?
Well, yeah, just so that I can make sure that we had all the colors that were there. But also you can click on the colors directly in the magnified view instead of having to click on the little tabs in the stencil requester. So
that's
it's just a quick, easy one.
That's a neat little trick. If you got some colors that are very similar, magnify in, get your stencil thing up, and you can click right there. That's good to know.
Yeah, oh, Andy, great to see you too. Yo, Pot Monkeys, thank you so much for the resub. 10 months of subscriptions from the Pot Monkeys. Thank you. I appreciate that support very, very much. Thank you. Okay, Vicky, we're back.
We're all good. Okay, so now you just want to press B to pick up a brush.
Why don't you hit the B? Because I got the beer in my left hand. Bap.
Don't spill it on that 1200.
No, exactly.
No, we're keeping the beer. Should probably move mine a little further away from it.
And pick up the reflection. Is that what I'm gonna do?
Yeah. So you want to? You can. I would do this with. Let's be brave. Let's do it with the right mouse button. So drag the right mouse and just basically envelop the whole of the reflection.
Now, what's the difference between picking it up with the right? Whoops, the right mouse button and the left. Whoops.
Because it's gonna cut it.
I just undo.
Undo.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
The right mouse button cuts it out. Got it.
It's like you're using an erase tool, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, there's still a bit of red actually when you did that. Interesting, in the top right hand corner.
I don't see it.
Oh no, it's just where your brush was over. That's fine. So cool. Okay, so now if you come back to your spare screen, so J key.
Yo, Dr. Mitzler, what's up? Great to see you. Okay, here we are on the spare screen.
Okay, so I'm just waiting for it to come up on my screen here.
One level undo is living on the edge.
Okay, so what I'm going to suggest you do now is if you change your foreground color to the white color that's at the very bottom of your first row of colors.
Got it.
Okay, and then if you right click and go to mode in the menu and choose color.
Mode. Okay. Oh, wow.
Okay, so that should make all of that white.
Yep.
I don't know that.
Should I clear this this bowling ball out, Vicky? From my...
Yeah, you might as well. So yeah, clear it out.
Okay.
And then if you just stamp it down, so you've got a copy of that brush, just in case you want to come back to this at any point. So.
Okay.
Okay. And then if you want to go back to your main screen.
I'm here.
Okay. So we should now be able to go up to the mode menu again and choose H bright or half bright.
Got it.
Okay. So this is the bit where I think I've messed up a little bit because we've unfortunately we freed the background and obviously we've got black there now. So really what we need to do is put the water back in, as it were, behind all of, sort of where we've got the boing ball at the moment. So we're going to retread a few steps here, unfortunately.
Should I just load up the old picture?
Load up the old picture is the easiest thing to do here.
River Loop 2?
Mm-hmm.
Boom, perfect.
Let's see what... Okay, so that's got...
Okay, so now we're back to this. Amiga Invent says scaling tip for brush. When you have a brush you want to scale in any XY size, press Shift Z and drag your brush to any size. Thank you, Invent. Awesome.
Okay, we've still not really got, unfortunately, the reflections that we stamped our brush over, so we might have to go to a previous version of this image.
So do you see what we have here, Vicky? Can we pick that up, or is it too late?
It's too late, unfortunately. So
we can't pick up the reds.
Unfortunately not, no, because if we had left the background fixed, we would have been able to do that. So, but unfortunately I told you to free the background. So that's a mea culpa on my part. So
I think what we need to go back to before we put the reflection in and kind of redo it, it sounds like.
Yes.
Yeah. But we've already made some progress with
brush.
part of the boing ball. So
hopefully I saved that brush. Rippled brush.
I was going to... Oh, it's okay. We can... If you now go back to your spare screen and just stamp that down. Oh, you've got it saved there as well.
Yeah,
Cool,
I have it saved, but we don't have the stencil.
Excellent, that's fine. So what we need to do now is free the background, fix the background.
Well, we have to stamp this down again, right, Vicky? With the stencil.
We do, yes.
And it's fix the background. So we go to... where was the background?
Oh yes, you've not created your stencil yet. So let's do that first, then in that case.
Okay, so we go to... I think with the other... See, good thing I took that picture. That stencil, I think... let's see. Gallery. The stencil was already in half bright mode when we did it before. So should I change this to half bright mode?
Yes, you do need to do that now. So
we did half bright laced 640 by 400. Use. There we go. And now let's go to our stencil. Effect, stencil, make. And it was these guys here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was this one. And it was these two down here. Got it. Make. Yep, there we are. We're back in business, Vicky.
excellent. Okay, so now we would need to fix that background again. So you need to go up to Effect, Background, Fix.
Boom. Fix that background. And I see it's got an S for stencil and a B for background effect there.
That's your little sort of indicator that those are active at the moment. So now you can stamp that down.
I think this looks about right, Anthony? Because we do see the center in that.
It was down just a little bit, not too far.
Maybe like that. I think it'll come up a little bit. Yeah, like that. And I'm going to stamp it, Vicky.
Okay, yeah, stamp it down when you're ready.
Stamped.
Woof. Woo. Okay, so now we need to erase the top part of the boing ball again. So we just use Shift and R to get the filled rectangle.
Shift R.
And then with the right mouse button, drag over the part of the boing ball that's corrupting parts of the above the horizon like we did last time.
That's brilliant. That is genius. That's incredible. Okay, so I think we're back to where we were a few minutes ago almost.
That's great. Okay, so now we need to pick up, first of all...
Should I save this? Should I save this, Vicky?
Why not? I think that's a very good idea. So
I'm curious, if you save it, will it retain the fact that the background is fixed?
I don't believe it does, but
I don't think it would.
It does.
But
no, it doesn't retain the background, but it does retain a stencil. Interestingly enough, so
interesting. Okay, Vicky, what? Now we're gonna
So we're going to pick up the white to start with. So we need to leave the background fixed, and we need to bring up the stencil make requester again.
Stencil. Make.
Okay, and then clear basically everything that you've got selected at the moment, and click the red.
Got it.
And then click invert.
Make. And now B for brush, right?
Yeah, B for brush.
And just pick up the bottom half there?
Yeah, the bottom half, but you want to use your right mouse button so it only picks up basically the red, leaving the background intact behind it. So
got it. Oh, it took out the red.
Yeah, it took out the red, and we should have our water back there
like
again.
before,
Holy
where we
cow.
ended up with the black.
Right.
Yeah, we now see the background through it again.
So we only have the red. That's amazing.
Okay, so now if you choose the white color at the very bottom of your first row of colors.
Do I need to go to the spare screen?
You can do if you want, yeah, because it might be useful to have a copy of this brush.
And just stamp it down?
Yes, on your spare screen you can stamp it down.
Okay, got it. How do I
Okay,
recenter
now-
the handle on the brush?
I'll show you that in just a moment.
Okay. So select the white?
Yeah, choose the white at the very end of the first column, sorry.
Got it.
Okay, and then go to mode and then color.
Load?
Mode.
Oh, mode color.
Mode. Yeah, mode and color.
Got it.
Okay, so your brush should now be white. Now to center the handle, if you go to the brush menu, handle, and then there should be a center option. If there's not, there'll be a
rotate
in place.
Rotate. So just.
Man, I shouldn't mess with it. I'm nervous. I'm gonna leave it like that. I don't want to mess with it. I'm nervous. I don't want to rotate anything.
It's not going to rotate it. It just rotates it around the various corners and then eventually the center of the brush again. So you can actually use Alt and X to change the handles. So if you do Alt and X, it will move.
Oh no, undo.
Not Amiga.
Whoops.
X. Yeah, undo.
Oh, it undo the stamp. It didn't undo the brush.
If you right-click on the brush tool, that should restore the brush to the previous version.
Oh yeah, Vicky to the rescue again.
You might want to stamp it down again.
But it's not red.
Well, if you click the red, you can stamp it and it'll be red.
Okay, yeah, all right.
But yeah, one solid color, so you can make it any color you want.
Exactly. Okay.
So we want to try this again. Alt Z was it?
I don't think that Alt key works.
Alt and X. So
Alt X.
ALT and X.
There we go. Okay, perfect.
There you go.
Genius.
Okay, great. So now what we want to do is only affect. Now let's think about this. Make sure I do this in the right steps. So back to your main image.
Back.
Okay. Make sure that your brush is set to white again.
Bottom. Yeah.
Okay. So you want to choose the white color at the bottom column. Okay, and then you want to go to mode and half bright. Okay, and then you just basically want to try and position this in where you previously cut out from. So it's going to be a little bit tricky, but it's, yeah.
I think I got it. Close.
Okay, and then you just want to stamp down.
Okay.
When you've got it in your position, and that should paint those pixels in the half bright. So.
But it did, but they're gray, not red.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're going to change the color of them.
Okay.
Okay, so now what we need to do is change those shades to sort of reddish tones. So what I'm going to suggest is, let's make sure I explain this clearly. You want to bring up the palette requester to create some new colors for your reds. So if you press P on your keyboard.
Vicky, I have a quick question. Why couldn't we just stamp it down in red? In the half bright red?
Because it will give the same effect. The way the half bright mode works is it's basically just gonna, wherever there's a color, doesn't matter what color it is over the top, it's just going to basically do the half bright versions of the background that you're stamping down onto. So it doesn't tint them, shall we say?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So now we need to create some red tones. So your watercolors, I think, are basically essentially the first 16 colors of your palette.
Right.
So what you want to do is copy those 16 colors to your second set of 16 colors. So basically color 17 through to 32. So
was it 1, 2,
is it
3,
like top
4,
row to the bottom
5,
row?
6, 7,
pretty much,
8,
yes.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, there's 16 on the top.
So basically copy the very first set of 16 colours onto that second row that starts with the teal and ends with the dark grey. So
how do I make the...
I think you hold left shift.
You can use...
that shift.
You can use shift or select.
Shift.
You have to click them all individually, unfortunately.
Does it matter what order I click them in?
No, not at all. So when you've clicked all of those, you'll want to click copy.
Copy. Yep.
Okay. And then you want to click the teal colour that's on the second row.
Boom.
And you should have an exacting match of colours.
No, they look like they're shifted over one.
Undo.
Ah. How strange.
Because it looks like... Is this a color? That is a color, so let's do this. Let's try this
Maybe
again.
It has used the order that you clicked on them then.
Yeah,
so
let's do that.
So yeah, if you just
yeah, that might have been
in order. Yeah, I think that was probably what happened. I didn't realise it did that. Sorry.
We're all learning.
So
We're all learning here together, folks.
Copy and then put it.
Bingo.
That's it. Slap it down on the teal.
Spam. Okay, so now we have 2 copies. Hit OK.
We do. Okay, so now what we want to do is make red tones of those colours that we've copied into the second of 16 colours there. So if you start with perhaps the, I don't know whether we need the dark blue or not. I don't think we do. But if you click the P, so you bring up your palette again.
Okay, it's up.
Okay. I'm just waiting for the palette to reappear on here so I can direct you. Okay, so starting with the dark blue on the second set
Not
of
the
16
black,
colours,
the dark blue.
The dark blue, so,
Yep.
okay, just waiting for the screen to catch up here just so I can make sure we're doing the right thing. Dumpty, 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 dum. Okay, so that looks good to me. So what you want to do is you've got your hue slider in the HSV settings. Drag that over to the left because that's going to take you into the red spectrum of that colour.
All the way to the left?
Yeah, all the way over to the left is basically pure red, so...
All good.
Okay, so it may not look red, but it's in the red spectrum.
Brown and red, same family.
That's it. And what you need to do is basically do the same thing for all of those colours that are in that set of colours that we copied. So...
Oh, the whole bottom row.
Yeah, so this is going to basically change those colours so that they're more in the red spectrum, so...
Crazy.
So this is a little bit laborious, but it's all part and parcel of the fun. So
this is nuts, Vicky. I would have never figured this out, to be honest. This is way beyond me.
It's the way that we had to do things. So, but
I never worked in Half Bright before.
It's amazingly powerful. It really is. I remember doing some art creations at school and so forth, and it was impressive what you could do with it. So that's pretty much all the way over already, that red. So yeah, so, and the good thing is because this is pixel art with index color, you can change these colors afterwards. So if they're not looking right, we can tweak them to get them looking good. The main thing is that we're going to change all of these colors.
Got it. So should I hit OK?
Yeah, you can hit OK now.
OK.
Okay, cool. So now what we need to do is change the colours of the half bright into those colours. So if you bring up your stencil requester.
Effect, stencil, make.
Make, that's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you want to basically clear whatever's there at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, now on the third column, you've got your first row of half bright colours. Basically, what you want to do is click all of those. So basically, all 16 colours in that third column.
Say it one more time.
So basically, all the third column, you want to choose all 16 colours that are in that
entire third column. Got it. Yeah, I know. Yeah. We should be playing some synthwave music. Okay, so they are all selected.
Mm-hmm.
Column 3 is selected.
Okay, so now what you want to do is do invert.
Got it.
Okay, so to click make.
Got it.
Okay, so this is the bit which might need a little bit of finesse in the way that I've solved this problem, shall we say. But we'll give it a shot anyway. So you want to use Shift and R to get your filled rectangle tool.
Go for it, Anthony. Okay.
Okay, and then you want to go to the Effect menu, and you've got Process, and you want to turn it on.
Process on. Got
it. Okay, now in your...
it says tint. It says Process on tint.
Yeah, that's the best one to do. I mean, hue might be good as well. I've not tried it with that. And then if you choose the first colour that's in the second column, so colour 17.
Got it.
Okay, and drag your rectangle over the reflection of the boing ball.
Do I need to be precise with that? I will be.
Yeah, I would say best to, because we've not locked the black, so in the stencil, so... And drag over. Now, hopefully, this is going to start tinting.
Whoa, it is painting
some
it
of those
red.
Colours. Yeah.
Whoa.
So it may need a little bit more tweaks with the colours in the palette, but that gives you a bit of a an effect there. So what we need to do now with the white is basically repeat the process, but basically cutting that one out. And yeah, so
let's do it.
yeah,
We'll do
let's
it
give
quick
it a go.
because I have to wrap up the stream super soon.
Indeed, yeah, this is it.
Okay, so we do.
Going for broke.
What do we do here, Vicky? You can just walk me through it real quick.
Okay, so basically, bring up your stencil requester. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's turn off the process. So you can do Alt and P on the keyboard to turn the process off.
I got it here. Process is off.
Yeah, that's the kitty.
Yeah.
Okay, so now bring up your stencil requester and make.
Stencil, make. Clear it.
Okay, and then you basically want to choose the white of the boing ball.
Just the white of the boing ball.
Yeah, just the white. That's the one. So it's the very bottom color, and you want to click invert because we do want to affect it. So
right. Make.
Oh, that has the makings of a good song right there. I see a boing ball and I want to paint it red.
And now we're gonna right click. Do the right click. Pick up.
Yeah, want to right click to pick up the white.
Got it. We picked up the white.
Okay, great. So, right, now this is the bit where I didn't get a chance to finish this part off when I tested this out. So this may or may not work.
Unknown territory. Here we go.
We are, but at least we've got one level of undo, huh?
It's all you should need. It's all you should need.
Absolutely. So what I'm hoping we can do here is in the color menu, there is an option for, if you just bring up the mode menu, beg your pardon.
Got it.
Okay, let me just see what the options are there again. So, okay, I can see it now. So, maybe none of those are what we want. So,
we're in the mode map right now.
Yeah, we are. So, so if we go over to again the effect menu, and you've got translucency, and I'm just trying to remember what the options are.
It says on, off, and settings.
So settings.
Got it. Oh, and then you can just say the percentage. Is that 50%?
Yeah, you can change the percent. Yeah, so let's just try it as default to start with. So just okay that. So.
Oh wow, it's working, Vicky.
And then stamp it down and let's see what happens.
That looks about right. It did it. It tinted it.
Oh, look at that. Just brought that background right through that white.
It did. That is awesome. That's amazing, Vicky. That is amazing. Wow.
There you go.
That's so cool.
And because it's index color, you can tweak those colors to make them more naturalistic now and so forth.
So let's just say I want to make the red a little bit redder.
I think I think that red needs to pop a bit. It's not.
Yes.
It's a little washed out.
So bring up the palette.
It looks like a.
Yeah. So
looks like there was an oil slick on that river.
Yeah, this is it. I was doing some donuts in my speedboat earlier.
Yo, Invent, take care, dude. We're about to wrap up the stream, too.
Yeah, take care, Invent.
Yeah.
Awesome having you here, dude. Keep up the great work.
Thanks, Invent. So what you want to do is pick the color on your picture. So if you press the color picker tool on the right-hand side.
Yep. Oh, I can't do that because the menu's in the way.
But there's
you
a key press to get rid of that menu, isn't there?
There is. So I think it's Alt and B, and you can drag.
Alt
no,
B?
no, no. It's no. So I get that completely wrong. Hold down left Amiga and drag the palette requester down.
Oh, I don't know if that's gonna work. My left Amiga key doesn't work. My left Amiga key doesn't work.
Uh-oh.
It's broken.
Oh.
Sick 1200.
Are you able to press the down arrow key to shift the picture down a bit? Yes. Okay,
Down
so
arrow
hopefully we can...
Maybe you need the mouse up where the picture is? Oh, we got...
You can go... Oh, you can't.
Up, down, that's it.
Oh.
So, I'll tell you what. Let me just cancel this. Can I just... I can just look at the image. You know, or we can just... We can't see
I think if we just get out of the palette.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get out of the palette...
You still have your picker.
That's awesome.
Okay.
So now I'll pick one of them?
Yeah, pick one of the basically the color that you want to change.
Oh, what happened?
Oh,
we still have the brush, I think.
I think I'm going to lose the brush, right?
But I think it selected this color.
It did select that color, the half bright color.
I think it did select the color. If we go back into palette. Now.
Yeah, we're almost done, babe.
That's it. Yep, that's the kitty.
And now I can make it more red, right?
You can indeed. So you can fiddle with, say, bring up the luminance and the saturation
of it. Yeah, I think you want to fiddle with the 2 bottom ones.
I always use HSV or HSL color. You might see it in other applications. You want to leave the hue where it was, and then you can just bring the saturation and value up.
It doesn't change it. Weird.
It's going to look pretty pinky when you look at that one, but that's...
No, it doesn't change it at all.
That's rather bizarre.
Oh.
Mega's
it's half bright, isn't it?
It is a half bright.
Oh, no, but you're on the first 2. Yeah, you're not on the half brighted colors. You're on the...
No,
I think I am on the half bright color. I'm definitely on the half bright color spectrum.
Oh yeah, it's selected color 59. So if you go to, if you press the up arrow once to the right of your palette colors.
Oh.
Hey, what's up, Break66? What's up, Jamie Morgan, Just Games? How are you?
Hey.
Okay, yeah,
Hey,
it's scrolled up.
Okay, so choose basically the 4th color in from the right on that row that's just been revealed.
4th color in from the right.
I think it was the 4th color.
No, I think it was 5th because it was this purplish.
Was it
5?
Right
there, up 1.
Okay, got it.
Up 1. You want to go up 1.
Oh, on the... Got it, okay.
Right, so you want to select that color and then change its values, and that'll change the color.
Yeah.
Let's see. And hide that palette?
So you'll want... Yeah.
Try it again. Hit P. P?
I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling the love.
So you don't actually change the half bright colors. You change the original colors.
Yeah, because the half bright colors are half as bright as the original.
So you don't actually... Okay, got it.
You can't directly change those.
Yeah.
Yep. But, hold on a second. What's up, babe? We're almost done, I promise.
So you could also use a stencil to change those colors instead of having to use the half bright ones. So... But that might be a task for another day.
Yes, I think we have to wrap it up, Vicky. But I do want to do one thing really quick. I want to jump to my... Can we turn all this off for now?
Yes,
I want to add in a palm tree.
Absolutely. So if you press... if you turn off your background fixing, so you can go to Effect Background
Well, let me just save this as we have it.
Oh, yes. Good plan.
Okay, now we're going to go to, we are going to go to, was it background?
Background free.
Where's the background again? Effects, backgrounds,
Effect
free.
background.
Got it, okay. And then
okay, and then you can press the tilde to turn your stencil off.
Clear it.
Yeah, and you want to turn the translucency off as well, so... And that would be, in effect, translucency off. Or transparency, sorry. I keep on saying translucency.
All right. And I can get rid of this brush.
I say potato.
I'm going to jump to the spare screen. I can clear this out.
You can indeed, so...
I'm going to load up my palm trees.
Beautiful palm trees. I see those every day when I'm not up in the cold. Got a nice royal palm right near the pool. Ah.
I think I'll grab... What should I grab? These guys over here. You know, let's try this. Let's brush this. F10. Let's grab these guys.
Grab the lot of them. Grab the whole... We're on a forest, man.
I think I'm gonna watch this. I have an idea. I'm gonna brush it. I have an idea, Anthony. Watch this. I'm gonna grab it like this. Did I get it? I got it. F10. J. Oh, wait a minute. It only picked up...
It only picked up the background. Well, I guess because your colors may be off.
What the hell?
I think your trees are background and the background's not black.
So I want to make this one color 0.
Yeah.
So brush that.
So again, stencils could help you invert this. So...
There we go.
You got it. Oh, excellent. Well done. Nice.
And now I want to flip the brush.
So you can press X to do
flip it
X,
or grab
horizontal
from
flip.
the other side of the.
Well, X do a horizontal flip. Oh yeah. Look at that, Vicky.
Look at that. Image processing, old school styly. Love it. It's looking good.
Not bad at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that, with some tweaks to the palette, sort of changing that dark red to use perhaps some of the first 32 colours so that you can get the exact shades of red you want. It's a good one.
It's not bad at all, Vicky. This is amazing. It's pretty good, right, everyone? Yeah. Doug likes it.
Yeah, definitely taking shape.
Mako Zest, thank you so much for the raid, Mako. I appreciate that raid very, very much. Welcome, Mako. Hope you had a great stream. If you are just joining the raid from Mako, I'm sorry, I'm about to end the stream. But we are doing some pixel art on the Commodore Amiga today. I'm using an Amiga 1200, which you can see. Let's see, overhead cam, full screen. There's the 1200 right in our beers.
Ooh, look at it.
We are joined by the great.
Oh, there's her 600 right there.
There it is, by the great Vicky Pixel Vixen, who's down there in the Mayhem Cam.
Oh, wait a second. How can you use that anemic mouse? That thing has got like some kind of eating disorder.
Well, we all have our faults, don't we, Anthony? So we all have our blind spots.
Mr. Toast, thank you so much for the kind words, Mr. Toast. And also, if you're just joining the raid from Mako Zest, I'm Bill. I stream Amiga stuff about once a week here on Twitch. Unfortunately, Anthony, no stream next week. That's another reason why I wanted to get one in. I'm going to be in Los Angeles working next week, which is a good thing.
He's jet setting, and I'm jet setting back to the warmth of Florida before I freeze my cookies off.
Yeah. So no stream next week, everyone. But thank you. I'm sorry I have to wrap up the stream. We are gonna. Anthony and I are gonna go do another stream on my wife's channel. She is over on Facebook, facebook.com/Olenko's Kitchen. We're gonna cook. I'm gonna drop the link into the chat.
Olenko's Kitchen on Facebook. Everyone head over there. This guy gonna be cooking.
It's gonna be wild.
Actually, these guys. Because we both get in there.
Exactly. Anyway, everyone, thanks for watching today. Sorry I have to run Mako Zest so early from your raid. But, Vicky, I just want to give you like a huge thanks for coming on the stream. Couldn't have done this without you. This is a really, really nice piece. I really like it. Like you said, a few tweaks here and there. Vicky, why don't you throw the link down in the chat to your YouTube channel? Vicky's got amazing pixel art tutorials on YouTube. Vicky Pixel Vixen is the Pixel Vixen master. Thank you so much.
She's blown our minds today with the tools. The tools have always been there in Deluxe Paint. We just have no idea they're there.
It's incredible. Andy, the t-shirt, you can go to lemonamiga.com, !lemon in the chat, and you can buy this t-shirt on Lemon Amiga.
There we go. There's the link, guys. So, yeah, thank you both for having me. It's been a real pleasure.
I don't know if he's saying he needs this. I think he might be saying he needs this picture you're making as a t-shirt.
Maybe. Let's save this. Let's save it before we go. Picture. I know we're going to save it. We're going to call it River Loop 5.
Because it's not done yet. Still some little bit of tweak to do, but...
I'm going to leave the Deluxe Paint toolbar up there. And now, Vicky, I want you to give me a thumbs up or whatever. This is for the thumbnail to the video.
Yeah. No worries. Let me just copy this, and then I will give you the best thumbs up that I've ever done.
Awesome. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, Anthony, thumbs up. Hold it. Beautiful.
I'm sure it's something.
that was awesome. 10-minute Amiga Retro says, awesome job, everyone. Thanks for supporting the Amiga Art Contest. This is the first of an annual event. Excellent.
Nice. Vicky maybe I'll be in the next one. Maybe by then I'll have, by osmosis, I will have sucked in enough drawing knowledge on the Amiga that I'll actually do something.
I'm going to pull up my wife's Facebook. So, let's see, Facebook. So this way you'll know where we're going to stream next. FACE. Facebook.com/OLENKOSKITCHEN. Let's see if that works. Boom. There it is. I'm going to drop this into the chat.
Drop it like it's hot.
there. That's where Anthony and I are gonna go stream over there in about 45 minutes.
or less.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you, Vicky. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here. Everyone, I'm not gonna rate anyone on Twitch today because we're gonna.
I don't think you actually need Facebook to see it.
You don't need
Facebook. Go on
Facebook.
Yeah. Go to that link. You don't need to sign up. You can watch the stream.
You should
anything.
You should be able to watch it without signing up. We'll be. Oh, thank you, Dr. Mitzler. Oh, yes, thank you for subscribing to Vicky. All right, guys. So, Vicky, it's been a pleasure having you on. I can't wait to watch the video you just uploaded, your Pixel tutorial. I'm gonna submit. I might have to submit this to the contest because time's up. I'm not gonna have time to work on this, unfortunately, until tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow morning is very short for me, so this might be my entry. We'll see.
I think it's admirable.
I think it's good. I think it's pretty good. We just have to tweak the colors and the reflection.
Throw it in there. Throw it in there.
Wife device crashed over time. Awesome. Well, everyone, thanks for watching today. Again, no stream next week, unfortunately. Fortunately, I'm working, so I can afford to do these streams on a random Wednesday afternoon. But if you want to know when I stream, make sure you follow us on social media. It is twitter.com/thegurumeditate, facebook.com/thegurumeditation. What else do we got? On my Discord channel. You can do ! Discord, and I announce all my streams in there and hang out with everyone when I'm on the road and I can't hang out on stream. Oh, sorry, Midgard. Yeah, I missed it. We're all wrapping up now, but thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Vicky, Anthony, this has been an awesome one. I'll see you all in about a week and a half. Don't forget to follow the Pixel Vixen, and it's time to take it to the hot tub, everyone.
Yeah, and don't forget, we'll see you on the next episode of the Guru Meditation.
See you later, guys.
Shine